PUBG Mobile version 2.7 will be available soon. Let's take a look at all the new content. The long-awaited Dragon Ball Super collaboration is officially here. We'll be bringing you 2 new game modes for this collaboration: Dragon Ball Super themed mode and Battle Royale Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super themed mode will be available in Erangel, Livic, and Sanhok. In this mode, we've incorporated Dragon Ball elements into the classic Battle Royale gameplay. All players will embark on a journey to find the Dragon Balls to summon Shenron. Collect the Dragon Balls scattered throughout the map. The team that gathers all 7 will be able to summon Shenron at the Shenron altar and make a wish to obtain powerful buffs. Maybe if you're super lucky, you'll get 3 wishes at once. During the journey of collecting the Dragon Balls, players will obtain a type of energy called Ki during the game. Players can use Ki to unleash famous Dragon Ball moves. Players can obtain the Kamehameha by picking it up. It equips to the pistol slot. After charging, it will release a continuous high-damage beam. Fukujutsu is another skill that can be picked up during a match. Players can use this skill to fly freely in the air and make quick tactical maneuvers. The Senzu Bean is a new recovery item that is incredibly effective. The Dragon Radar can display the location of Dragon Balls that haven't already been claimed by other players. It can help you collect the Dragon Balls more quickly. The Air Car can carry up to 3 players. It's easy to put away and has better performance than regular vehicles. Tenkaichi Budokai, Kame House, Korin Tower, Dragon Ball Village. These are some famous landmarks that will appear in the game. Call your friends and explore with them now. The collaboration this time even has a hidden challenge, named Dragon Ball Trial. Win consecutively in the themed mode for a chance to take on the challenge. After accepting the missions, the team has to follow the instructions and gather 7 Dragon Balls. During the process, your team's location will be exposed to other players. All players will be drawn into battle for the Dragon Balls. To win the game, the trial team must successfully secure the Dragon Balls, defend the altar, and then summon Shenron. Are you ready for the challenge? In this standalone mode, named Battle Royale Dragon Ball Super, players can roleplay as iconic Dragon Ball characters. Use powerful, unique moves in a brand new anime-style map, and become the ultimate victor. There are 5 Dragon Ball characters in this mode. They are Son Goku, Vegeta, Ultimate Gohan, Piccolo, and Frieza. Select your favorite fighter. Master their skills to suppress your enemies and achieve victory in intense battles. In the new version, the new Ace 32 firearm will be made available on all maps. It uses 7.62mm ammo and has 6 attachment slots. What are you waiting for? Go try it out now. Furthermore, this update also includes a firearm attribute tag display. Newer players can go to their backpack to look at the tags of a firearm they've picked up to quickly grasp its characteristics. The new Cycle 5 Season 13 begins on July 18th. Be sure to stay tuned for the new season rewards. That's a wrap for the main new content of the upcoming version. For more information, be sure to follow our official PUBG Mobile community. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. See you next time.
My friends, the guys over at PUBG Mobile challenged me to turn my guitar into an insane-looking futuristic rifle. More specifically, the Dandy Grooster Set Cadence Maestro M24 upgradable firearm. Okay, that's very specific, since that challenge sounds like the usual madness we're doing here on the channel. I accept this challenge.
But how do you want to do that?
I can't do it alone, so I got the world's leading light design, special effect and show designer and my favorite tattoo artist in the entire world to help with the design and manufacturing of this insane looking laser rifle gun, and then to play some crazy super challenging shred licks over a funk track. Painted, that's probably a good idea. I think all real guitar builders will cringe hard at this video. I don't think that this is how you usually do it. Okay, so now we have a black guitar, but we have to add a lot of rifle elements to it. How are we going to do that?
The back part of the guitar is very detailed. So my idea was project the actual guitar on this piece of wood, draw it, and then we cut it out. You don't have to hold it like a baby. We have all these parts here, and this looks pretty much like the original gun already, right?
Yep. We have to closely replicate the color scheme and all the super intricate details of this design. We got some acrylic colors that look quite promising, but what's even more important, she will hopefully help me with not screwing this up now that this is already starting to look promising. So let's do this. We will use the projector above us to trace the lines of all the details. Have fun. We simply used some black zip ties and it's actually surprisingly balanced. Look at this awesome set that Martin built, and the LED wall behind me isn't even on yet. But honestly, the last question of tonight, can I actually shred on this thing? Let's find out.
Hello everybody and welcome to PUBG Mobile South Asia Championship Fall 2023. Once again we are back with more action and more of the South Asian teams in a gruesome competition against each other for $150,000 prize pool. Fritz, welcome to the show, welcome to the rest.
Hey, thank you so much, and I'm super excited to be here once again. This time from the very beginning, so it's good to have you. It's really good to have you.
Thank you.
Now
So
I'm
much.
really excited to see how all these teams are going to play out on day number 2. Day number 1 was amazing, but there were a lot of upsets, is what I'll say, or maybe slow start for the teams who are not able to perform in the best possible way. Now you still have time, you still have opportunities, and now let's see if some of these teams can improve and grab that opportunity and maybe get back on the leaderboard.
Yeah, sure, because yesterday was kind of a nightmare situation for some of these teams who couldn't even make it to a double-digit numbers after 4 matches. So definitely looking forward to them. But at this very moment, it's all about the day of comebacks, and that's where you're gonna see who these teams will actually get hold of themselves and eventually start their journey in this PMPL South Asia Championship. But let's have a quick look at the format and the timeline, guys. Group stages of this South Asia Championship is right now, we are on the day 2 of group stages. 20 teams win 5 groups, and 16 of those will get toward to the finals. 16 matches per team, and then in the finals, total of 24 matches will be played, and teams will battle for this $150,000, Fritz.
Yeah, I mean it's a massive prize pool for sure, but right now you're also fighting for the championship, man. That's the ultimate thing you want to have right now. So yeah, #1 places where all these teams would like to see themselves. Right now it is being contested between DRS and Raw Esports. Let's see if this changes out today or not. And this is how the points are being awarded to all these teams. So for every elimination you have 1 point. You get the chicken, you get 10 extra points. And following is the way according to which the teams have been given points on the basis of standings. The most important thing over here, Hassan, what I feel, 9 to 16th, 0 points. This means that, it is beneficial for you to take those early fights, but then if you lose it out, it's like you did not even play a game. You might get eliminated with 0 points.
Yeah, but we've been seeing this happening to teams that were kind of the victim of situation yesterday, and that's what happened with some of these teams like Team Tough, Team HR, including Team SRX3X as well. But guys, we'll have a quick look at the overall standings, where DRS is right on top with 49 points, with 2 chicken dinners, starting off their South Asia Championship with a dream start, I must say. Most of these teams were thinking they might, come up with a chicken dinner on the first match, but DRS had some other plans. And let's have a quick look on the second page as well, Fritz, where the whole rumble is for the day. This is the place where most of these teams will emerge as the new heroes of the day, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. All these teams, IHC, Stalwart, 52, Reggie side, they have to bounce back today, especially HellRaisers and SR3X, as you said. Not the best possible start. Four matches, 4 points, not the average you're looking for. But yeah, I mean, again, the first battle for, I'd say, the bottom teams like King of Spades, Stuff, HellRaisers, the first battle for all of these teams would be to cross that hurdle of being in top 16, right? Because that's where you have to be in the grand finals. Grand finals is really where the rankings will matter. And this is sort of that qualifying stage where you can get that opportunity to test the waters and just be in the top 16 to qualify for the next stages. So I think that's what the teams are eyeing for. Maybe not the best possible day, number one. I'd say we can give all these teams a little bit chance today as well, so that if they are not able to figure things out today, they can take another day. You have 4 different days on which you can play the game on. Just make sure you have at least one good day so that you're at least in top 16. That should be your primary goal.
Yeah, top 16 is not that kind of, I would say, difficult task to accomplish for most of these teams who got qualified from their respective PMPLs in top 8 and top 12. So really looking forward. It will be an interesting, I would say, competition, how these teams will make to top 16. But let's have a quick look at the dominators of yesterday matches. DRS, SKYLIGHTZ with 6 eliminations. Rules OG, the IGL, really leading from the front. 10 eliminations and, average survival of 23 minutes and 40. Then moving forward toward Gyante and Delta with their, respective participation in the action. We'll have a quick look at the highlights of DRS, the way they made themselves on the top position with that kind of consistent performance, I must say. 22 points just coming in their, I would say, placement points, which is a big number. Yesterday we saw most of these teams were really struggling, Fritz, with their, survival.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, frags, they've got it. Survival, that's something, a thing to work on. So let's see. Maybe today is better for all these teams in terms of survival. But what I'm looking forward, again, I mean, I've already said this, but I'll just repeat it. I just want teams like Stalwart Esports, 4MV, Aegon XI8 to perform, man. They are the teams who at least have a lot of expectations from people. I mean,
Yes.
we have seen them perform in their own region. I mean, I cannot talk about the comeback that 4MV had on the last day. They got 100 odd points from just 5 games and were able to be the champions of the entire tournament. They were trailing. They were 5th or 6th once the day started. They just came in guns blazing. But that performance not being properly shown in the SAC fall, just, disheartens me a little bit. But I'd still give them the shot. I'll still say that one day is what this team needs. And maybe today is the day that 4MV performs. They got XIA. They're also the champions. And they showed it. They got that chicken in the map of Sanhok. And they were looking good in the other map as well. A little consistency is something that they'll have to work on, but I think as soon as the stages progress, they will also find the momentum. But another team that did have a good impact yesterday was Magnus Esports. The first game, they literally had 13 frags. This game was the dream start for them in terms of Erangel.
Yeah, and if you're starting into a championship, which you're showing up for the second time in your competitive career, and you have this kind of start, it really puts a lot of hopes on your back at the same time. Your region is looking toward you that, you might be performing way better than the previous one, previous season of PMPL South Asia Championship, which Magnus Esports played in the spring. So this time around, I'm really hopeful that this kind of mentality, this kind of mindset continues throughout this championship for them. And at the same time, this kind of action should keep on going, because it's really making butterflies in the stomach of a lot of esports fans back home, because it is something unexpected, but it is something would love to see even moving forward.
Yeah, well, let's see. It's all about how we jump into the game. It's all about how these teams are going to play it out. And again, we have those lovely graphics to let you guys know which that next map is going to be. So you see the map of Erangel just around somewhere over here, the screen going on.
It's right on the back.
you just know it now that Erangel is going to be game number 1 for today. So just keep an eye out on the screen if you think or if you're confused about the upcoming map. But yes, Erangel. Again, that early fight, 4MV versus Aegon XI8 in the city of military base, I'm all up for it. Because neither of these teams, I think, will change their drop location unless and until they have a proper fight and a proper victor emerges. Don't know about Aegon XI8, but 4MV, man, they just love their drop spot. So even if the zones like starting from Georgiopol, ending all the way to Lipovka, they will still fall somewhere around Gatka, take those vehicles, zone nothing matters to them. The zone also does not matter. They will just try to rotate to military base. I think IED also follows the same strategy, or is there a secondary drop, Ehsan?
They sometimes do it just in case if the plane line is pretty far and the first circle is already northern side. They might drop somewhere in Watertown and Rozhok, but right now it is also pretty much covered, so they're not gonna make that mistake. And right now they're exercising all of their strategies based on what they are good at. So really looking forward how Aegon will adjust with this new challenger coming their way for Miracle Vibes. And it's not the first time, but we've been seeing 4MV and HIGHVOLTAGE, both of these guys battling for the same military base for like in the spring season as well.
I mean, I'm new to it, so excuse me if I don't get my facts correct over there. But yeah, I would just love to see. I mean, because I've also seen a few teams trying to bridge camp one of these areas. And this is something I was just so tired about speaking again and again. We had two different teams, one 4MV, the other one Stalwart Esports. They just love to go onto the southern island. But they usually escape for free because none of these teams for some reason decided to bridge camp them. DRS dropped in Milta. I was like, so many times I thought DRS, this is a very necessary game. They need these frags. Bridge camp for me is the easiest way to, get at least one frag, man. You just take one frag, you rotate off, I don't complain. Because essentially you spoil the game for your opponent team, and they will rethink twice now before dropping into maybe military base or maybe dropping into Novo Repnoy and thinking that yes, we'll have to again face DRS, and their job is just to spoil our game. I mean, you get one frag, you take away the momentum from your opponent team, you inflict a lot of mental damage to at the same time. But that not happening, I was a little bit concerned that why aren't these teams going to start attempting the bridge camp? Because say for example Stalwart, 4MV, Aegon Excite, they all qualify for PMGC. But when it comes to their drops during that time, I am sure North American teams are not going to leave bridge alone. They will throw their players on the bridge and they'll try to get some frag. At that time, you wouldn't be used to fighting at the bridges. You won't be used to. So I don't know how well polished your protocols will be. How do you deal with the players around bridge? How do you deal with players up top? Because there are so many different angles because the map has been changed a little bit. So there's so many different angles. Now, you not being used to it sometimes gets you off guard and does not give you the start you need. And I think at least 4MV and Stalwart Esports are very start-heavy teams. So if they get good games in the first half of the day, they will show that consistency throughout. They will get a good number of points throughout the day and make it into a good day. But if they do not, well, 0-1, 0-1 is what they get throughout the day. So all these little things is something I want to see in the South Asian Championship as well. Would love to see some teams bridge camping and maybe being a potential threat for Stalwart, for Aegon Excite, for 4MV, so that they get used to it.
Yeah, and at the same time, whenever the situation is switched, like circle goes toward the southern part of the map, especially military base, all of these teams on the military base, they love to do that. Stalwart Esports camping the Milta Bridge and Aegon Excite camping the Ferry Prey Bridge. So why give them a safe escape, as you said? Why not the way around? And that is really annoying for having, becoming yourself as an esports fan as well and a caster at the same time. You sometimes, just can't, juggle between both of these teams. Sometimes you have to weigh on one side more than the other. So yeah, would love to see, and I would totally agree with you, Fritz, that this kind of gameplay will make these players more seasoned for these kind of adversities coming their way in the bigger stage, where it matters a lot, where their qualification, the pride is there. Also, you're representing your region, your only or maybe two teams from the same region. So definitely these kind of practices should come by these teams, and these teams should give a hard time to these champs.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Let's see if that happens in this game or not, because the game of Erangel is ready, guys. And let's just jump right into action. I would love to see the plane path for initials, because if it supports military base, then we are in for a treat. We for sure are in for a treat. So let's see. All these players are locked and loaded, and the plane is on its way. And I already see no rep now and military base. Now this is going to be a fun game.
Yeah, plane line is, I would say, very unorthodox, pretty much covering the southern part of the map, and it's pointing toward the north side of Severny and somewhere between shooting range. That's interesting. So starting from south will give an easy access to the teams, mostly on, I would say the eastern side of the map. Prison, Lepovka, Kamishki, Stalber, and Yasnaya as well. but the western side is slightly out of the reach. Not that much, I must say. You know, for south side of Pochinki, if you able to glide till that point, they'll definitely find some vehicles down there and can move toward Kwari and the western part of the map. But we'll have to see how the first circle will pan out. That's the key factor, how this map is really gonna be, you know, in the coming stages as well. Because first circle, it will show us some of these teams that might have a good location early on, you know, based on the first play area.
Yeah, first circle definitely defines a lot. I mean, as an IGL, you get the majority of the idea from the first circle where this might end, or you can, you know, roughly guess to get a good spot inside the first zone. So let's see that first circle where it's just gone all the way north.
No.
It's all the way northwest, and these type of zones is where T2K flourished in their region. I don't see T2K in this lobby. I believe their group is sitting this game out, but then HellRaisers have a really prime position. They are looting that city of Severny. They will have all that shooting range area empty too, so they will have a lot of map control very early on in the game.
This.
Let's see how they use it. All the Apex shooting
nice
a bird out of the
one.
sky, and he gets a little bit help from east and gets the knock in the air. Egon XI8.
Oh.
They're not even allowed to land properly.
Yeah, not even giving them some foot on the land. You know, that's the kind of level of competition between both of these teams have right now. C building and you know, the police station, the station building is for 4MV, and also the weather station on Military Island is where Aegon XI is pretty spread out. One of the players of Aegon is pretty separated out. This could be that factor which will give them the much needed information. But early on, another skirmish break in between Team King of Spades and 52 Esports. 52, another solid contender coming from the side of you know, coming from PMPL Pakistan this time around. And these guys, you know, they don't play games, I must say. These are very focused players, and at the same time, the way they take fights is really annoying for teams like King of Spades and mostly South Asian teams, because these guys won't let you even, you know, move an inch right, left, or center. Look at this, the kind of setup 52 Esports already have on King of Spades. These guys are pretty much constrained to this only compound right now.
Yeah. Let's see though. I mean, Vaz on the other hand is taking a fight with SKYLIGHTZ Gaming and seems like he's good all alone. He has been able to get a couple of knocks, and now finally Seni, I believe, is trying to just provide some support, but he will also fall. So R3G, the first team to be eliminated out of the game, and SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, after a very long period of time, I've seen this team win a fight in Jasna Polyala. Because majority of the times in the normal region, they were losing it out against STFL. Even yesterday, we saw a little bit of problem being created by Reggie's side and them capitalizing on it. But this time around, they go in for a complete battle and they're able to win it out. Meanwhile, 4MV, yes, Apex was knocked out. But now, a little BM being showed by Doc over here, just being the last player out, and 4MV also get that revival. So Aegon XI8 down to just 2.
Down to just 2, Falak and Blade. Right now pretty much separated from each other. They might feel this loneliness now in military base. They have no one to share their, you know, sorrows, their problems right now. Two of their players are already dead. And for MV, I feel like they are about to reposition. They have already realized they cannot take a heads-on straight fight with Aegon XI anymore. Any player could be a surprise at any point of time, and they don't want to lose their man advantage they have right now, because Aegon XI8, if they will take only one player out of 4MV right now in this very situation, they can bounce back in the fight. They can actually finish things off with you know, a quick 2v3. And as Falak is still alive, I am pretty, I would say, hopeful that if anything like that happens, there will be a chance that Aegon XI8 will come out of that with 2 of their players surviving. But in the kill feed, Magnus once again just unveiling their wrath on Tough, and Tarzan is out. But 52 Esports versus KS, it's still happening, Fritz.
Let's see, 52 Esports. King of Spades of this battle is going to be interesting. Choto is very low, and I believe he does not have a first aid to work with. Not even bandages. So maybe he needs a little bit of help from his teammates in terms of firepower as well as medicines too. So let's see. Hassan is cooking in it. Naruto could be on the receiving end, but Hassan overcooked it.
Self-made
Now
it.
that's a self-made. This will for sure rattle the players of Team 52 Esports a lot. A big blunder, and let's see if King of Spades can capitalize on this, because they are grouping up and they have decided to push in. And if they do it on time, they just might be able to take a lot of 52 Esports player down.
Yeah, but right now this is the only wall that's separating between KS and 52 Esports. Hassan is revived. Once again, he is ready to fight, but smokes will be deployed for sure. And 52 Esports will have 4 of their players back again. 4 versus 3 it is. But still, King of Spades, they are unsure whether they want to go for the fight or just have to retreat. Let's see what happens. 52 Esports slowly and steadily closing in. They have one of their players on the back, which in an urban situation could not be able to help much because it's just a close quarter fight. There's no point of putting one of your player on the cover fight. 52 slowly and steadily. Now it's time to surround the players of KS. We'll see how this thing will move forward. But in the kill feed, STE, they have joined in the fight. And now East 922 once again strikes. Team STE's top is down. STE realizing this could be a nice opportunity where they can get some frags while both of these giants, you know, in a quick wrestle against each other. But top, he will get revived and back with 4 men standing.
Yeah, even Dog got knocked out. I mean, the damage was not dealt by the player. It was inflicted by the play zone. So now needs to reset, and 4 MV. Because they had that early fight with Igor XIA, they were not allowed to loot freely. And that is now reflecting. Look at that. Baron does not have any more medicines left with him. No first aid, no boosters. So now even 4 MV will struggle a little bit, even though they have 2 points. It is not looking like the best possible result for 4 MV. They will have to make a pit stop. Maybe hope to find some bandages or first aids in these small little compounds and then move towards the zone. And zone being like 2200 meters away is not doing them a favor. So this is looking like a really difficult situation that 4 MV is in. It is still the very first zone. But now you also know that Stalwart Esports is another team that might be sharing the same bridge as you. And that's where I'd say the paranoia can set in for 4 MV, which might lead them to rotating even late into the zone and find themselves, if they find themselves in that fight, well, they are doomed for, and I guess they already are. I don't think so. He's expecting Falak to be over here this late.
No way.
And that's an easy frag for Falak. He says, I'll go down, but I'll drag you down with bees.
This should be, I would say, the spirit of competition between both of these champs. You know, they are representing their respective regions, and if you are not fighting like putting everything on stake, for sure you're not the chosen one. I must say you're not the worthy one. But right now, 4MV, after losing one of their players, are still on a back foot. But looks like Aegon Excite might be planning something for Apex. He's the one being left back just to take care of the matters here in military base. But the rest of the team, I believe, they are getting ready to move out. And in my opinion, this can actually backfire for 4MV because STE would like to gatekeep them. We'll see what are the priorities of STE in this very moment. Circle has shifted even further, Fritz, toward the northern side. And for the first time in a while, I have seen something where North Georgia Pool and Zarki, both of them are still inside the circle.
Yeah, that's surprising for sure. And I mean, King of Spades would be happy because yes, they've lost a player, but at least they have a good part of the zone. There's a Groza, but that's what do you say, a useless drop. Unless and until there's a solo player who's like, yeah, I just want to survive, jumps into the water, and oh, there's some red smoke coming out there. I'm sure nobody is camping around that spot, so let's just go and loot it. That's the only way you will be able to loot that airdrop out. Otherwise, it's just a waste drop that has been thrown in by the PUBG Mobile gods. But you just cannot achieve it. So that Groza won't be utilized by any of these teams. But you look at this again, that cluster of teams forming this time around the center of the zone. And the peripheries are relatively less constricted. So you will have some places from which you can rotate. But the good thing is these bridges are also not being camped. So every team is like, yeah, we will just focus on our rotation. These Georgia Pole bridges are open from so many different angles that holding them down is not going to be the best strategy. We will get third partied. So that's a good decision taken by the team. But it is giving the opportunity to the late rotating teams to enter into the zone more in a free way. So even Stalwart will find themselves a good spot. Maybe they take a fight with Team Magnus Esports, but then it will be a 4v4 where Magnus, of course, will have that upper hand, considering they have the major ground control and also a compound to their aid.
Yeah, right now Magnus Esports, they don't look like they're ready for anything coming from their back, because it's second phase. There are chances that someone will show up on their back, but the chances are very skim. That's the reason why Magnus Esports is really careless right now, moving around in their vehicles, just trying to find a good space on the edges of the circle where they can just hold on for some time, for at least say stage 3 right now. But another dropping somewhere close by, and Magnus Esports is there, but this drop have a AWM, which we will see if will be put to use. But right now STE, they are inside the circle, and they have just proudly announced it as well, that we are here and we mean business. But top getting some damage back in return, but we'll get back in safety.
Yeah, these are just rotational clashes where you're just showing your presence and letting the opponents know that you are present in some sort of compound, some sort of an area, and it is just not achievable. In the meanwhile, though, Raw have lost a player. Jiggle is down on the ground and the revival is not coming, and now Mabetex, knowing they have that numbers advantage, are very quick to push in. And through the window, Sky also falls, and that's just an instant call to just save your life. Run and save your life, and these two players will be representing Team Raw Esports in the upcoming zone. That too if they survive, because right now they're just headed right towards the other team, I believe. So it is not looking good at all for Raw Esports. They did find a good compound, but the timing was completely off. Mabetex get the better of it, and they've been able to secure a couple of frags.
Yeah, right now they got some frags for themselves, but still they have to make their way inside the circle. They are in a pretty open space right next to Saverny, on the western side of Saverny, which is not a good, I would say, place to be in, where northern side is also captured. Most of these places are, I would say, pretty much covered by the teams, so have to be careful if you're staying that much in the open, and at the same time you're making a lot of noise. It will attract the attention of the players from close by. But Magnus Esports losing one of their players, and now they are on their move. Will try to find something for themselves. Still, they haven't got any position inside the circle, which they can call it their home. Magnus Esports, they had a good start once again. They got first elimination early on in the first phase, but since then it's been a constant back and forth move happening for them. They haven't found a good compound for themselves.
I mean, nobody could blame them either, because this is a really weird zone that has formed right now. And yes, it has a lot of compounds on the periphery of it, but that's where the zone is not going to be. So you basically have to find a different spot inside the zone, maybe find a ridge or something like that to call yourselves at home. But in the meanwhile, Stalwarts is not stopping, man. This team, they are fighting against HVDC. I just saw them getting a frag onto 4MV. I mean, they have sort of found themselves a good ridge closer to the zone. Yes, but are they inside the zone? I don't think so, right? So they will have to rotate away from here.
Yeah, rotation is much needed at this very moment, because now they are on the mercy of blue zone. It's pretty close. They still have to move a lot. It's a fair distance that they have to cover, and trying to find a good space inside the circle as well, because now mostly the eastern side, the western side of shooting range is in play, which is an open field, and it will be a difficult one. But SG versus HR is happening. HR, one of their players, is down. Next is knocked out, and the third party happening as well. Two of the players are down below in the shelter, and a nade goes in from the side of, I believe, Tears. That will take one of the players down from SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. But at the same time, third party is also happening on the players. HR, Jokey Boy with another nade prepared, but a third party coming in. Not a third
good
party
support.
from a good angle coming from the side of HR, but Tears pushes forward, and SG has 3 of their players are down, and SG is right now in shambles, I believe. So last man standing, Mafia Ninja will move out of this, and looks like HR won't be able to revive one of their fallen comrade. Next is out, but rest of the HR got 3 eliminations for themselves and somewhat an edge of the circle as well, Fritz.
Yeah, on the other hand, we do see HVDC, but only 2 of the players survive. Mafia Ninja was very desperate to just run away from that spot, but then got spotted down by Leo, and they had that watchtower. Sprayed upon the vehicle, it was either fall down to your death or burn down to your death. It just pick your poison. That's what happened with the poor guy, and he just got eliminated. Now, Stalwart Esports, they're also out for Hunt, so they basically are gatekeeping all the teams outside the zone and are collecting frags after frags. On the other hand, Faisal gets a good knock on Uvalu. Mirzad gets another run over, I believe, with a vehicle or one of these players. And Stalwart, they are racking up good number of frags over here.
Stalwart Esports, but now for the first time, someone struck them hard, and now Stalwart Esports have a task at their hand to, pick one of their players up. But SDE, they're pushing forward. Nurzed pushing forward. A shotgun from Arrow will take down another one, and Arrow being the only man, just becoming that barrier to this aggression coming from the side of SDE. But a shot, a nice one from the side of top, will take down the final player of High Voltage DC. No more voltage left in the lobby. And now Stalwart Esports are the only ones. 6 eliminations to their name, 3 to top. And Stalwart Esports still going nice and strong. 4-man up this team is. But look at this. What a beautiful use of utility coming from the side of DRS Delta. Rules OG realizing they have took down 2 of the players. It's a 2 versus 4 now. But at this very end, it's 2 versus 2. Rest of the DRS is pretty spread it up, Fritz.
Yeah, Red Clan rule need to be really, really careful. And a great nade from Giro will make sure that at least Mabetex is able to get that revival without any more harm and foul. So DRS will also toss a few smokes around them, and then Rules goes in for the revival. So DRS would love to have all their 4 players surviving till the very last zone. That's where they are very strong in getting all their 4 players into the final zone and then perform in a good fashion. Mabetex got the revival, got the reset, but I think because they have one of their players eliminated, they will just decide to fall back. That's a good decision to make. Just fall back from this position, play the zone, play for the chicken, and that's what they're doing. But right, if you look at the position, Tough really has a good position inside the zone. Desert though finds a freebie onto Malik. That's a free no, because Malik was not even looking in his direction.
Nice work, Mabetex.
Can go in for a frag too.
Yeah, at the same time, Team SDE, now they have pointed their guns toward HR, and HR is out of the match. But Mabetex Esports right now, they want to deal with the players of Raw, and Raw is out with only 1 elimination to their name. Mabetex Esports really just following the script of Stalwart right now and confirming some good numbers for themselves. 4 eliminations. Leo was the only one who, someone got knocked out in the process, but no harm done. That will right now rattle the defenses of Mabetex. So Mabetex still moving forward with 4 of their players, but again, I would say acknowledge this fact that Mabetex Esports, even though they were on a very open surface, they took down 2 of the players. But look at this, Stalwart Esports is over for them. 2 of the surviving players pushed on Giro, and it's over, Fritz. Stalwart Esports, the aggression is over.
The shotgun diff. It's just the DBS, man. You have a rifle there, you just get one and get traded. It's just that dumb DBS that I feel just helped the team get that complete elimination. The decision was good. You just did not expect a shotgun around the corner. So it's just a little bit unfortunate, but yeah, great job done by Mabetex. Using the weapon to its full potential and just making sure your team survives. Meanwhile, look at this cheeky angle that Godless has. Spotting the players of Leo, just throwing in a random spam and hoping for some bullets to connect. But then Godless also needs to be careful with the ammo he has left. This is 49 in the M4, and this will get over in a whim.
Yeah, just 9 more to reload. There's only 40 in the chamber. Not much left. But right now they are in the dead center. And that's the problem with staying in the center. You don't get much of the frags, even though if you get the chicken dinner, it's just 15 or 16 points, or maybe if you're so lucky, you'll get 18 points. But if you're fragging in throughout the game, you might be able to reach like 28 to 30 points. Who knows? Right now, I'd see being in the center, it really paints a target on their back as well. Every desperate team that will be trying to get inside the circle might push them and give them a lot of damage here, Fritz.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, it is going to be a fun zone. This zone will define, I'd say, define the entire trajectory of all these teams. DRS, they yes have a compound for now. For how long? I don't think so. After 5 seconds, they will have a place to call home. They will have to rotate on the periphery of the zone. Tough, although I like the split that Tough has, and sort of it has paid off considering Edgar is already inside the zone. So Demotivate and M7 just have to move towards his teammate, and they will also find themselves a good spot inside the zone. But then again, Edgar's just not happy with the position he has. I think he just wants to make sure that nobody stabs him in the back, and that's just a standard practice, I believe, while you're trying to clear off angles. But right now, the major problem is for the players of DRS. Now, on the one end, you do have the players of Tough who are literally directly looking towards them, and on the other, you have Mabetex. But hold on,
nice
the
work,
cover fire is brilliant. Killer from behind gets a knock, and now Demotivates are in a lot of trouble.
No
a
way,
nade to his own
Demotivate.
face again.
Yeah, it's been a kind of a connectivity problem happening with most of these players recently in PMPL Southeast Championship, but I'm not sure what's going on right now. Edgar is the last one standing, and DRS, in a successful move, they are, so far they have succeeded, and now 4 man standing. The team got 3 frags for themselves as well. I would say a quick bounty for them. But at the same time, Team Tough couldn't hold on. The plan didn't get executed the way it was formulated in the in the initials. But at this great time, I see now it's time where someone will challenge you in your position in the center. Will check if you are, that kind of proactive with your defenses, and Mabetex did it. Mabetex only Desert is the one surviving right now. Rest of the IHC is pretty much separated, and we'll see if they will go for this re-clearance. But I see Demo taking down Leo is one of the players, Nova X, and Leo also left to only 1 player. We have 5 teams surviving, but just 12 players standing. That means an average of 2.5 players per team is surviving. So IHC with 3 men, DR is the only one right now, which I feel like have the clear-cut man advantage.
Yeah, man advantage for sure, but the one thing is completely clear. IHC, if they do not have the zone, they will have a tough time rotating wherever they want, because one side you have Team Mabetex, the other one it's Leo, and the third position that you think you're free from, you have Finny. So all these players will shoot simultaneously at you because you are the common enemy. You are the ones holding the compound, and if you try to exit it, well, good luck without getting any of these frags, without getting the job done. And DRS has also, just fanned themselves completely out. Look at the position, Delta, Killer, Rules. They're just ruling the ridge over there, making sure that the nearby area, the nearby vicinity is completely clear. So maybe they can focus on a fight at hand. If they decide to push in onto the compound, IHC will be the team to look out for. The good thing that IHC is doing, they're not taking fights individually. So you see Godless and Demo kind of sticking together, but the third player completely in a different compound. But the good thing is he's not over-peaking, or he's not playing proactive. Like he wants to get a knock. He's just surviving. He's just there for cover fire. That's about it. Alex is there just to cover his teammates and not to take fights on some other part of the map from where he can get knocked out. And this time around, the zone favors them, so it should not be a big problem for the next minute or so. So a great position for Team IHC.
Yeah, again, this position is really rewarding IHC in the midst of the circle, and now DRS have to move here. Rest of the Magnus, they have joined with Finny. Finny is not left alone this time around. But now IHC, they will be tested in their position. DRS, for sure, they will try out first because they have the confidence, they have the man advantage. But still, it's a risky fray to deal with for DRS as well. They are totally unsure how many they have to deal in the compound, whether it's 3 or a full-fledged squad. But look at Slipknot, what he just did with smokes, with some good utility use. He have baited the whole IHC of thinking that Slipknot is somewhere close by to that buggy, but no, this guy is just laying aside, still on the edges of the circle as well, still surviving. It looks like Mabetex, Desert, and Slipknot, they will find some time for themselves and will survive for a while.
Well, let's see, Alex. He is throwing it a few random shots. Has that EP, so maybe you can try and count on your luck, which is right now not in your favor. But yeah, Desert was trying to get inside the zone. Demo has his number. Demo eliminates him, and Mabetex Esports also taking that exit. Mabetex had great number of eliminations, so it's not going to be that big of a problem. But now Magnus being subjected to a few nades. It's only a few because IHC have already used majority of their utility trying to clear out this compound, fight the team that was already present in the compound. So the reset was also not achieved. I think the team that they were able to wipe out did not have those many nades available. So that's why now they are using all the utility that they have left very wisely. And on the other hand, Magnus, they really have a powerful position because not only they're in the center of the zone, they just have to care about what's in front of them. Their backs are completely cleared right now.
And then they have this, access to a lot of area in the circle, even on their back. They can, keep a distance, and at the same time, they can dodge the utility. That's the good thing. Even though if someone tries to push them over this ridge, over this roadside, still they will have no idea where to fire first because players could be anywhere. And look at Malik, the way he is, trying to find something on IHC. Right now, IHC gets one of their players knocked out. That was just camping on the rooftop, but at the same time, it gives some time to DRS to actually move in. And now DRS is on the back lines and will go for that warehouse, which IHC was trying to keep for themselves. And now IHC have two of their players down. Alex also gets knocked out. Magnus Esports, realizing they have the upper end, they went in and flushed out the player as well.
Yeah, but unknowingly, Magnus is just helping the players of DRS because they're just thinning out the herd of Team IHC. It's only Godless and Demo, and previously you had Alex who was controlling the center of the zone, but him falling has basically given away free reign, free map control to DRS. Now the problem is, IHC have to run away from that spot because they're not inside the zone. And maybe this will help your chances. You get that knock on 2 rules and also have a couple of nades. Toss them. Just try to get this frag confirmation as quickly as possible because that will be your way in. The stage number 8 is going to close in the next 40 seconds and then it will be the death circle. And if DRS is able to get the compound control in front of them, it's just game over because it's in the center of the zone. And all the teams will have to constrict towards DRS.
Yeah, the point right now, DRS is on. It is, kind of a death sentence already written for them because they have to step out in the open. There is no way around. If they go toward the roadside, Magnus Esports will welcome them with some bangers for sure. And at the same time, Magnus Esports have made their way inside this compound complex as well. They are not leaving themselves outside the open, but now one of the angles will get cleared. Gante! It was a close call. Have to reposition himself, but IAC Godless with the good utility use, I must say, really pushed back the players of DRS. And now it's time where DRS might not expect one of the players of Magnus staying behind and giving them that hard time. The moment Demo will put himself out of the compound, Zibian can knock him out, and for sure he will. But we'll see. Demo still outside in the smoke.
Yeah, he falls.
Just want to say, and there you go. Not Demo, it was Godless. Gone taken down by Malik. And Killer Whitey at the same time will confirm the elimination. This being Steel and Magnus Esports, only 4 frags to their name, but still Magnus Esports have a good position inside the circle.
He is trying to toss a few nades left, right, and center, and Delta goes down to a nade from Malik. Now that's a big opening. The only problem is, look at Demo's position. He is lurking in the shadows. Meanwhile, Rules has also been brought down to very little HP left. He pops in the first nade and survives the knock. But now Fury wants to push in. Has the DBS, the weapon is perfect for the close range quarters, but waits for a second, pops that medkit in, wants the 100 HP to work with. Now the coordination has to be thrown in because Malik is burning and he falls.
Nice work,
that
Demo.
Third party from Demo not being expected, and now Magnus losing a player.
Magnus Esports left with 2 players. DRS, they have resetted this, bought some time for them. And now DRS is back. But Delta, he bleeds out for some reason.
No
Well,
revivals.
it gets the nade elimination. And there you go. It's a 4 versus 3 now. Between 4 versus 2 versus 1. But there you go. Zibian will take care of Demo. It's a 2 versus 3 now. It's inside the compounds. And the team with highest number of utilities will, at the end of the day, win for sure. But look at this, some more utility going in. Molotovs are being thrown as well. Shotguns, looks like this fight will end up on some shotguns, but Killer YT throws a nade in. Fanny still low on HP. Blue Zone is pressuring the players of Magnus Esports, and as well DRS. Molotovs on the doorstep will give Rules OG a knockout, but Zibian, it'll make it 2 versus 2. We'll see how this fight's gonna go, but Gyante is low on HP, but Fanny is still surviving. He's trying his best, but team will push forward and get their chicken dinner. DRS once again cementing themselves on the top leaderboard, and another winner chicken dinner to their name, Fritz.
Wow, man, DRS. For a second, I thought they just threw the game. But that's not the case. They push in, they get that final elimination, and with total 6 eliminations and a chicken dinner, they will be rewarded with 16 points from this game.
Welcome back, guys. PMPL South Asia Championship. The first match is over, and DRS once again just repeating the same script from yesterday. First chicken dinner to their name, Fritz. Welcome back. And what's your take on that final fight? It was a close one, I must say.
Hey, Demo just not surviving there. Demo getting 1 frag spoiled the game for Magnus. Otherwise, it could have been their game. 2 different angles on one team. The nades, yeah, there was a little bit left and right. Could have been better plays, but it's all about the final moments, right? Rule stepping into that molly, giving the 2v2, but then DRS Gyante winning that fight. I mean, it was a matter of what? 5 HP, 10 HP that Gyante got that fight in his control. Him falling down there and Magnus having a 1v2 could have been an entirely different result. But that just did not happen.
Okay.
And once again, Magnus had a great start, but they were not able to finish it off with the chicken dinner.
Right now, doesn't look like Magnus is even aiming for the chicken dinners. They are just going in all gun blazing, and that's the reason why they have these numbers on the board. We'll have a clear picture once we will go toward the match ranking and the overall. But so far, the kind of spirit that we were expecting from day 2 as well, it's just showing some glimpses in the first match as well. And we'll move forward, guys, toward our MVP shortly. But any hard guesses, Fritz? Who you want to see on that board on MVP?
I mean, not a player from DRS, of course, because they only had 6 tracks to their name. So that's just getting out of their way. I think IHC, Demo could be the one. I mean, he survived for a very long period of time. He, I think, had a good number of frags too. So probably Demo could be one of the guys who gets that MVP.
Yeah, we'll have a quick look, and for sure, as Fritz said, it will be Demo, and for sure it will be Demo, IHC's player. With this performance, for sure, it was much needed from IHC. Yesterday was kind of a a roller coaster ride for them. One moment up, second time down. That's what IHC was. But so far, a consistent performance, I must say. Finishing on the 3rd spot with some good frags to their name as well. Would really put them in a spot where they can actually stack some more points on top of it. Players in focus for sure. Zibian will come here. 788 damage. Only 2 eliminations to his name. Can actually feel what he is going through right now after seeing these numbers. But Mafia Ninja, 5 eliminations, 589 for SG. Had a good fight against HR, but he was the only surviving player. Killer YT on the other side, finishing things off. 3 eliminations, 525 damage. And Jiro from Mabetex, the guy who really, made things worse for Stalwart Esports in their final moments in the match.
Yeah, when we talk about the match summary, I still haven't got that confirmation. I'm so sorry, guys, but we still have that highest healing done. Now, what purpose does that information serve as something that I'd like to see? But it's fine, it's fine. I see the highest amount of assists, Zibin with the most damage. Those make a little bit more sense. But hey, if you talk about the overall standings, so none of these teams were able to get a very big number of frags. So it is DRS who, with just 6 eliminations, will still be able to be on the first spot. They are closely being followed by IHC, who ended up on the 3rd spot but had 7 eliminations. Again, the entire difference being Demo surviving for a little bit longer and putting Magnus in a little bit of a troublesome situation. 12 points for Magnus too. Stalwart Esports got 10. And only 1 placement point, but the eliminations is something that Stalwart did capitalize on.
Yeah, Stalwart Esports, they started out with some good frags. And the best part was, for a long period of time in the initial phases of the match, they were just unfazed, untouched. They got one of their players knocked out, but still, that's not much of a damage you can give to your opposition if you just take down one of their players. So yeah, sure, Stalwart Esports, they were going on a good run, but Mabetex Esports, their own countrymen, really put a stop to their aggression, and Mabetex were just it happened same to them as well a moment after that. But match number 7, guys, it is for this league stages. We'll go towards Sanhok. Sanhok is in the backdrop, guys. Just have a quick look.
Yeah,
Chris gave you guys I would say a life-saving tip. You can just predict, okay, it's Sanhok, I know. Your friends be like, how you know that? That's something, I would say astronomical. But yeah, Chris gave you that tip. But Sanhok it is. Again, I'm really expecting at this very moment an aggressive game coming from the side of Stalwart Esports. Previous one was a good one, but Sanhok could be that map that will reward them with some frags as well, and a chicken dinner, because this kind of map will give you, if you get some early momentum, you can actually get some good match going for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of have different opinions about this map. I really think this map is 30% skill and 70% luck. So you could have insane amount of skill available in you. You could be capable of doing 1v4s, but then if the zone is not with you, you cannot do anything about it. And the shifts are also really weird, because see, in Erangel, the shift, what is it? The 4th zone will take a very weird shift. After that, the diameter is a very subtle shift towards one part of the map. It will, of course, trouble you if you're on the wrong side of it, but it's not a major shift. Now, for the first 3-4 zones, the IGNs are like, which island do we stay on? There are 3 islands on this map. Main island, Ruins, and that Camp Alpha. Which island to go on? Now, if you make that decision a little bit too late, you just cannot rotate there, because the teams will just keep an eye out for you. All these different islands have so many big hills available around that bridge area. How do you rotate? Now, for some reason, if the zone is a little bit friendly with you, say for example, it just clears out its intention from the very beginning, but then a very weird north side shift will take place, and suddenly you're in the center of you're in the center of the zone. You're outside of it. You have to move 200 meters away. And now you already have fired upon so many different teams that they are looking for a retaliation. I don't get this map, man. I just hate this map from the bottom of my heart, because it involves so much of that luck factor into the game. But hey, let's see. The teams will have to figure out a way to play this. And as you said, aggression could be answer to everything. First 2 zones, the chances of getting third-partied are comparatively less than the other zones that will be coming up into the game. So it's better to take fights early on, get those frag points, because that is the only thing that will confirmly go in your favor.
Yeah, because you pretty much explained the whole thing, whole meta of Sanhok, in my opinion. And I would like to add one more thing. Sanhok is all about just waiting for people showing up from your back. That's it. You know, if you're inside the circle, just watch outside the circle what's going on. But overall ranking, guys, T2K on the second page. You know, they're dropping down the previous match, but we'll see how they're gonna play out in the coming one. But SKYLIGHTZ Gaming after 5 matches are on 19 points, and they have improved a little bit, I must say. 52 Esports on the other side are on 18. Had a good start against KS, but again, same thing for them. Regicide 15 points. HellRaisers played their match, got 3 points. Now, you know, somewhere in double digits. Still have a lot of work to do, but it's been, you know, kind of a risky ride for teams like SRX, Team R3G. But R3G, they couldn't even get a single point in the previous match, Fritz.
That's basically one of those games which you would just like to forget. That's it. I mean, you jump into the game, you're like, yeah, this happened to us. Let's just leave it out. We could not control this game. Let's play better in the upcoming games. But the problem here for teams like Reggie said, they're already on the bottom of the leaderboard, so they cannot, you know, give away these games for free. They cannot be eliminated with 0 points. So that's a little bit of a duality of the game where you'll have to take into consideration. Still, you'll have to mentally reset so that you're able to perform better on the upcoming game. So let's see. We will see introduction to a new few teams. Group D will be sitting this one. Also, few teams will be benched out for this particular game as well. I'd say you're lucky, guys, because you don't have to play a map where it's completely zone based. But the other teams will for sure be in a little bit of a trouble. Group E would be like, yeah, we just came in, now we have to perform in Sanhok. So this is going to be a little bit of a tough thing to achieve. But hey, let's see how does this map of Sanhok go. Usually we do not see that early drop clashes, at least in South Asia we did not. But yesterday, man, as soon as the map of Sanhok started, 3 teams were eliminated in the first minute. So nothing can be said for sure right now. Let's see if the teams have already taken these things into consideration, have already tried to, you know, change their drop locations or not. And if not, well, I'm all up for the fight.
Yeah, we'll see. Sanhok yesterday was kind of a slow start to the Sanhok, as Fritz mentioned. Clash drops is something we love in South Asia. I love to see them happening today as well, but it will be some accidental clash drops because most of these teams have already chosen a safe space for themselves to get at least that start where they can have some, you know, favorable loot for themselves so they can take a 4v4 fight. Otherwise, Sanhok, it's very rewarding in loot, but at the same time, it sometimes gives you a shotgun which you can't even, you know, stand in front of I would say a whole squad pushing onto you with some QBZs, and even though their own shotguns as well. DBS is really that game changer gun, which is really annoying most of these players in 1v1s. But plain line, nothing important about plain line in Sanhok. Wherever you go through this plane, you can drop pretty much on every part of this map. It's a small 4x4. But early fights once again. 7th Element versus Team Raw, but this time around 7th Element strikes first, and Goku Bots takes one down, and there's a machete ready, and some quick cut down happening. Some butcher style in the initials, but one more nade goes in. This could be a problem, but Probin still holding on to that position. Some more utility being done. I guess it is a flash or a smoke, I'm not sure. There's already Goku Bot slowly and steadily closing in. But he's expecting 2 of the players, but one of the players is pretty low in HP. Will get knocked out mid-air, but another follow-up coming in.
Yeah, the
Team Raw have 2 of their players down, and the last one standing is trying to jump his way to survive, but not anymore. 7th Element, they are prepared this time around.
Yeah, that first song was very necessary. That was assisted over there because T24 did not have a weapon. It was just a machete, and there was a little bit of help provided from behind. And again, this drop clash does not make a lot of sense because this is not a major city, right? This is a completely ruined area where you are just like, do we have to take the fight? Do we have to, guys? It's a 4v4. I mean, I still cannot believe 8 players decided to drop in their spot. And it's all about that first knock. Raw getting that first knock could have entirely changed the game in their favor. That not happening. 7th Element, they played it out perfectly after that. The flashes were good to not give away the long angles. Neither of these teams had proper utility, proper gear. So I saw the players of Team Raw Esports having no helmets and vests. And for the majority of 7th element, the case was same. But at the end of the day, unity in numbers is what 7th element displayed. They fought it as a team, they fought it as a group of 3, and they were easily able to just get all the trades perfectly in their favor and eliminating Raw Esports very early on in the game.
Yeah, Raw, they have that momentum. You know, we should keep this in mind. That Raw have that momentum in the South Asia Championship. Right now, DRS and Raw, they are battling for the first spot in the league. And Raw getting finished out this early would really put them slightly a little back from their goal. But anyhow, it's Sanhok. Anything is possible. You know, sometimes you get eliminated first, and sometimes you are the one, you know, dealing some more adversities on the opposition. But at this very moment, 4 Miracle Vibes, no challenge to them in Painan. But this is really annoying to see. Painan, this Riverside big compounds, like 2 teams can easily share it, but no challengers dare to come close to 4MV. I'd love to see something of that, you know, sort happening with them.
I mean, 4MV, I also, for some reason, think they are overall a little bit lucky, but wait, Alex, he was caught off guard, and Fishboy just happened to be in the right place at the right time and just gobbles up the frags, runs back for his life. He's like, yeah, I'm just not getting traded. That's my objective. just falls back into position, maybe regroups with his teammates, and then NBeSports would be looking for some more free frags like these. But yeah, coming back to the point, 4MV, that Painan City, when I used to play competitive SN, I mean, whenever I dropped in Painan, there would be a team rotating from the upper hillside area. And if the zone is not with us, it was just always disastrous. Meanwhile, Zeol has been spotted down by NBeSports, and Akash is trying to throw some shots in, make his presence felt, maybe get a knock, and then push on to IHC because they just took down Alex.
Yeah, it's still a 3 versus 4 situation. It's not a risky one, but in Sanhok, even though if you get some early frags in these risky compounds like this, look at that. Team Tough, once they heard the shots, they took down one of the players from NBeSports, Sekujen being the victim. But that's the real problem here, Fritz. And as you mentioned, you've been a competitive player. You understand it's really annoying in the first or second stage of the game when you're trying to take a fight and someone is third partying on you. And being a player, it's really because it really messes up your focus from your target. And right now, NBeSports, the way they have started this fight out, looks like their focus were toward IHC and, you know, getting them eliminated. And IHC might not be, you know, I would say, aware of this fact that NBeSports had planned something for themselves, for them. But right now, NBeSports, once they got one of their players knocked out from, you know, the extremities, they look like they have just, you know, given up on the plan of taking down IHC. But in the picture, we can see 3 different teams in the close vicinity right now. King of Spades, they're going to X8. Somewhere close by, it's Tough, and 3X as well. And you know, 3X is right outside the boot camp. And if 3X will hear these shots, for sure they would like the third party.
All right, well, let's see. I mean, NBeSports is already very much ready for Team TUF to push in. But the good thing, TUF, they did get that knock, but they were like, yeah, we know that closing in the distance is not going to be that easy. We will also be susceptible to some more third parties, so let's just hold our ground. But what this has done to the mental of NBeSports, they are just now expecting a player in every direction. And they are split across the map, so they also cannot regroup. Because look at that, one of these players has a shack, but needs to run uphill to get back up with his own team. So unless and until the zone forces the players of Team NBeSports to move, I don't think so this team is now going anywhere before they get proper information about the remaining teams, proper information on the remaining opponents.
Yeah, that's a real problem because now they're just totally unaware what they're dealing with. If they're going to take a shot on Tough or that will be a shot on IHC, they're not sure. And look at this. Down south of Paradise Resort, KS and Aegon Exciter are also in close race. So if anything's full-fledged breaks between NBeSports and IHC, for sure there will be some shots coming from these guys as well. They will never keep themselves back from this you know, free kills in the open. So for sure there will be some fires, third-party fires coming their way. But Circle Shift, top right corner of the screen, guys, you can see the circle has shifted totally toward the main island. So there is no more question of staying on the other side of the map. So 7th Element, they really had to move in quick. Look at 52 Esports. They're ready, but what was that? Where did that happen? 52 Esports players somewhat, spotted out Chotu, who was sitting right next to the window. He was just, enjoying the view. But for MV, they saw that guy and confirmed him. 1 kill on 52 Esports. So the start for 52 is not good, but 4MV got something for themselves in the early stages of the game, Fritz.
Yeah, let's see. Apex did find a frag, but then again, all these teams for now holding their compounds, hoping for the zone to close in, and that's when they'll make their move. That's when maybe they force a fight against a team that already has a good place inside the zone and all of those things. But yeah, right now, Bere just try to figure out where the players of Team HPDC is, maybe. Have a pixel out of place, shoot at it. I mean, 4MV is, I'd say, technically gifted. So they see a player, if they are within shooting range, they usually get that knock onto their opponents. I mean, I've seen this team just connect some insane shots in a very long range fight. So you have to be aware about 4MV's position once they're around you. So let's see. I mean, HVDC for now, Ryuk has been tagged up a little bit. Probably has already popped in the boosters and will let the boosters do its job. And a minute 40 seconds left on the clock. All these teams hoping to find anything far away in the faraway area. And Hassan has the players of HR in his target. Let's see though if he decides to pull the trigger or not. Because right now, I think they just want to conceal their position from the other teams around.
Yeah, because 52 Esports, after losing one of their players, really are on the back foot now. They cannot over-aggress or extend in the situation where 4MV is close by, where, there is a team on the back lines somewhere in boot camp as well. So have to be careful. Just keep your heads low and wait for the right moment. That's what I would suggest in the very situation. But slowly and steadily, HR, they are trying to move in as well inside the circle. And haven't got the footing in, but for sure they will find some space for themselves. But 4MV East 922 getting a lot of damage in return. 4MV was least expecting this kind of fire coming their way, but they have a good compound in the circle right now on the southern side. But this circle, I feel like Fitz will move, slightly up north toward Paradise Resort.
Paradise Resort, it would be an interesting spot if the circle goes somewhere near Paradise. But yeah, let's see how does the circle behave. There's a lot of teams. I mean, usually. I saw a lot of teams getting eliminated early on, but this time around, I think the players have already taken this into consideration and are taking every step with caution. You look at Apex, he's literally trying to spot players through a pixel from the... What is he doing, man? He is just so cracked at the game, or just so aware about what's happening around him. He just wants to have everything, every possible information to his disposal. But you see the zone shift. This time it's a very nominal shift. The zone is just constricted towards the center of the zone. Bootcamp still being a very strong area.
Yeah, but this thing, that open space toward Ban is really annoying me, because that's where things can finish up. And most of these teams are already not ready to actually take a fight there. And that's something will be kind of, I would say, a trick curve ball from Sanhok. For these guys, but 7th Element versus HR is happening. A third party could possibly happen, but in the kill feed, SRX3X goes against Aegon XI8. IHC also joins in. What's going on? That's really interesting. But talking about our predictions real quick, our producer asked us to go for it, but I feel like it's a match going the way of Team Tough, because Team Tough have a very good position inside the circle.
Well, alright. You say Team Tough, I will go with the players of T2K. Moving in from the Paradise Resort. I mean, they do not have a lot of head-on fights. Unless and until, of course, King of Spades, just decide to push in. That's the only way I think T2K will face a little bit of trouble, because otherwise NBeSports is already cornered in from two different directions. It's IHC and I believe SKYLIGHTZ Gaming on the other side of NBeSports. So it's not going to be easy at all for them. Meanwhile, on the fight on our hand though, T24, he is throwing some good nades. Although Aryan, who was desperately running in from behind to provide that backup, gets taken down by Jokey Boy. And even though HellRaisers are down a player, but I think they will have that upper hand in this entire fight because Jokey Boy with that cover is looking really good. But as soon as I say that, he gets spotted down. But again, a little bit lucky. A little bit lucky to survive that.
Oh, right now this will actually change his focus toward the remaining players of HR. Next is knocked out 7E T24 OP right now with a shotgun, really making things work for 7E, but 7E still they have to deal with 4 players. HR will res their player up, and this will make things difficult for HR getting third party from 52 Esports. Last man standing, Romeo Boy it is, going against the players of 7th Element Divine. 1 versus 1 between both of these players, and Romeo Boy for sure will try to finish things off. First, we'll flush out the players that are knocked out by 7E, but a nade going from his side will confirm and will mark an end to the players of 7th Element. 4 eliminations to the name of 7E, and HR still survives. Jokey bleeding out as just phase 3 can be rezzed up, but we'll see how HR will do so.
Oh, Jokey Boy goes down to the zone. Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. Although right now, this is a battle of patience now, I believe. King of Spades, they're just holding outside the zone, one of the players, Faisal. And suddenly he loses patience and Love has already spotted him down. It's a matter of time before Love finds that pixel and shoots onto Faisal and takes him down entirely. So T2K should get this 1 frag up on the board. Faisal completely unaware, and yeah, there we have it. Love, Turu Love, easy frag, easy job done. But now also has to move inside the zone.
Yeah, to get inside the circle, King of Spades. No more kings left for them. So, a few of the players still surviving on the northern side of the map. But down south, things have turned to be worse for teams like HVDC, 4MV, 52 Esports. Have a long way to go inside the circle. That's really a big area that most of these southern teams have to cover. But Mabetex Esports, they have their next spray ready for them. This could be an end to DRS. Looks like the way Mabetex is holding on to this position, it could possibly be an end to the players. But all of 3 players in one vehicle, this is a big disaster for sure. And now DRS have 2 or 3 of their players, 2 of their players knocked out, and 3 of them for sure. And Mabetex will confirm the last one as well. But in the kill feed, HR gets eliminated with 4 eliminations to their name, and they will also been taken out by Playzone. Final few will get confirmed by 4MV, but a good match, coming from their side. But again, it's Sanhok. Anything can happen to you.
I mean, this is going to be a little bit tough for Mabetex as well, because this time around HVDC just snuck upon them. That's a really good fight to take. Sancheer has been able to get good counter knocks, but then Leo's position is not spotted and he's cooking a nade. This nade could be huge, but it has been overshot a little bit. Sancheer though still falls. And now Ryuk finds himself in trouble in a 1v1 with Leo. And Ryuk needs to get this frag so that he can get those revivals and he will bring back his team to life. So 4 more frags added to the tally, and HVDC will also control a strong spot inside the zone.
Nice work, HVDC. Mabetex, they were busy with DRS, and HVDC was like, we have some plans for you guys. Let's mark an early exit for you. And 12th spot it was, where Team Mabetex ended up. But 3X also getting eliminated. King of Spades will confirm the final few right, outside the boot camp. They were sitting pretty much in the open. But 52 Esports also have one of their surviving player. Could possibly be another victim in the process of Aegon's domination. I must say Aegon will confirm the one, but King of Spades now, they picked few frags on 3X, but now they are surviving somehow. SKYLIGHTZ Gaming's player also inside the crossfire. T2K MPL with some utility will confirm this, and SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is out.
Yeah, but now NBeSports inside the zone, so they will try to keep the players of Team T2K. And from behind, you also have HVDC coming in. So it's not going to be easy at all for the side of Team T2K to do something about it. But Aero, not expecting Jane to be in such a good position to cover for his teammate. But then Mondo falls to the HVDC guys. All these third parties, this is leading to T2K getting an easy entry inside the zone. unless and until, of course, HVDC turn their eye back onto the players of Team T2K. Aegon XI8 on the other hand have been able to eliminate the players of Team 52 Esports. So another team taking that exit. HVDC, a risky rotation for sure. But I think this time around it will pay off because a lot of teams have already been eliminated.
A lot of these teams have already been eliminated, but there you go. 4MV East versus Team Tough's Thor. Tough is down to their last man standing. 4MV East will confirm this elimination. But as I was mentioning, Tough could possibly survive for a while, but last man standing will also get pinned down by East, and it's over for Tough. What was that, Tough? This is how you take fight. That's really, you know, I would say something I was least expecting. 2 versus 4 it was for them, but still Tough got eliminated in the process. But high voltage still surviving. 3 of their players are surviving. T2K now being gate capped. Some more shots going their way,
spam.
and it's over. High voltage. DC Ryo with good spam takes down T2K Jane. T2K is left with the last man standing. Is also to the misery of Blue Zone. At the same time, Love is what left at the end for sure. But look at this. This thing is going toward a rampage right now. Everyone is just picking frags as a third party.
I mean, ISC not aware about Aegon XI8's location, and Userdam was able to get that knock, but the confirmation is not there. So the revival will happen pre-aiming around the window. Userdam wants to just get that frag, but the problem is nobody is there in the compound, and they have to straight away push into the position that IHC has. They have the zone Aegon XI8, but then that ridge to climb is going to be a little bit of a challenging task, considering on top you have NBeSports resting there. HVDC, yes, they've lost a player, but they do have a good position. They first have to deal with 4MV. After that should be an easy game if the zone supports them. But in the meanwhile, we have Userdam cooking a nade, and it takes down Zol. Now Godless will be in a 1v1. There's a DBS around the corner, so he needs to be careful.
Oh, nice one, Godless. Nice
but then
one.
the trade is there. Aegon XI8 will eliminate the duo of IHC.
But at the same time, NBeSports, they have turned their attention toward the players of Aegon XI8. They have plenty of space in the back to actually revive their players, but NBeSports, they really want to press forward and keep this space a little, I would say, constrained for these guys. But IQ with the utility can actually deal some damage. But Nade will go
IQ
in on
walked
time.
in it.
Fist Boy. Nice work from this guy, but another nade goes in, and this could be an end to the
Userdam
players,
was a
but
forward,
still the
that's
last
it.
man standing. The rest of the NBeSports, they're pushing forward on this player. 1 versus 2 it is, and will take 1 down, but for sure the second one will trade it out. Aegon XI getting eliminated on 4th spot with 6 eliminations to their name. NBeSports will find some cover for themselves, but Blue Zone is right on their back, Fritz.
Yeah, but that does not matter because this fight between 4MV and HVDC will decide it all. And suddenly a revived player gets taken down. Apex is too good with the aim. And that 2v3 got converted into a 1v2. Sanchir is all alone trying to push on to Apex. But the cover from East is immaculate.
4MV.
They never give those 1v1s. It's always a 2v1 against 4MV. And they are looking to get this chicken dinner in their favor because NBeSports also have a 3-man squad left.
Yeah, both of these teams are on the edges. Yeah, the circle is more central toward that swamp, but East will take down Fist Boy. It's a 2v2 real quick, and this could be another one. Fist Boy will get confirmed. East from up top will take the player down, but some more damage being dealt. Last man is another, a team fight coming from these guys. 1 versus 2 it is. East will heal himself and will be on full HP once again, but now circle is away from both of these guys. Utility have already been deployed. The player's position is marked, but Akazo, look at that, no chance left for this player, and 4MV getting this winner chicken dinner.
Beautifully played, man. You throw the volley perfectly and then just flush the opponent player into the nade, into the open. So essentially it was the nade or your opponent's weapon taking that frag. A great job done by 4MV. 13 elimination, 23 points. 4MV get the chicken.
In the new version, we've upgraded the security system. There are also some big updates to the real-time review system. Let's check them out. In this update, investigators can use the Eagle system to review suspicious players in real time during matches. Cheaters no longer have anywhere to hide as the investigators' vigilant eyes keep them at bay. If a player is caught violating the rules, investigators can report it in real time via the Eagle system. Once a player violation is confirmed, the PUBG Mobile security team will promptly impose penalties to maintain a fair gaming environment. Concurrently, we've added a new damage distribution chart and icons to the video progress bar to assist investigators in making more precise judgments. In this update, we've also added a bullet trajectory display, grenade trajectory display, and an unobstructed 360-degree view of the target to make it easier for investigators to make judgments when reviewing. If you have any questions about this update, please feel free to leave a comment. See you next time.
Welcome back, guys, after this short break. And some quick exciting events are coming your way in PUBG Mobile, so definitely go ahead and check those out as well. This is your host, Esson, with me. It's Fritz once again. And Fritz, welcome back. An outstanding match once again from 4MV. But what was that? The Delta 2 versus 4 against Tough. They Delta 2 versus 3 against High Voltage DC. Then took down NBeSports that were also 3-1 standing. Are we going to see another champion coming, this championship again, possibly from Mongolia region?
Well, I mean, you cannot count these teams out at any point of time. And I'd say this just shows in the basic weaknesses that every team has. So it's very important to remember your basics whenever you have that numbers advantage, right? Take fights together. That's a very, very important thing that just usually gets said. But then when it comes to implementing it in game, that's when players feel a little bit of a difficulty doing it. Because if you look at this, NBeSports also just gave all the fights 1v1s. Not just 1v1, I'd say 2v1s. Because it was always first East peeking out, getting the damage and coming back in cover. Apex getting the knock. Then Apex dishing out damage, East re-peeking and getting the job done. So instead, if the three players could have stuck together, maybe tried to get those trades, could have been interesting. But yeah, man, East definitely is going to be the MVP of the game. The way he played with Apex, in Hindi we call it Jugalbandi. The synergy that he had basically with Apex in the final few fights was just immaculate. 7 eliminations, 1100 damage. This guy for sure deserves the crown right now.
Yeah, he does, and that's the reason why he got the MVP title for himself. But again, the guy who was right next to him, Apex 922, with 5 eliminations, will be in player in focus right after East 922. Sanjeev is there from High Voltage DC. It was a long, I would say, survival from these guys, but again, 4MV totally, bulldozed them in that fight, 2 versus 4. But at the same time,
sure.
NBeSports Fist Boy did a great job against Aegon XI8. Ryo, again, great work against Team T2K. So these players that are in focus, they played pretty much extraordinary in their fights where they were, being dealt with through 2v3s, 1 versus 3 situations, stuff like that. So they really came up, with their shining armors out. But match summary it is, guys. East 922, pretty much dominating everything. 4 highest assists, 1100 plus damage, 7 highest eliminations, and a lot of healing done by Delta. As Fritz, you were asking, what's the point of showing, highest healing done? I believe they just want to point out the guy who had the most, was among the most miserable situations. That's why they just want to show that this guy was pretty miserable throughout the match. So just have a quick look. but that's looks like it is. That's a funny way to look at it.
Yeah, talking about the match ranking, look at this, 23 points for 4MV. This will definitely help them a lot, considering they were not able to perform in the best possible way on day number 1. And of course, man, 54 points. This team has climbed up overall 5 positions because of just one good game. And for the other team, the opportunity is still there as well. Look at Magnus, 49 points. You get one good game, one game with 20 plus points. You just might be able to overcome DRS. Leo, Raw, all of these teams are in the same boat. One chicken dinner is what separates each one of them with each one of them. So basically, the top 3 battle is still going on. DRS, yes, they have the 3 chicken dinners, but then again, the other teams are also slowly and steadily catching up. They did not play in this one. Their group sat it out. But now the upcoming 3 games will be important for all of these teams.
Yeah, for sure. And looks like Magnus Esports, even though they were on the benches, they still kept themselves in the top 3. And again, as Swiss, you mentioned, we are going to move toward the extensive maps, and that's where the chances of getting good points, good chicken dinners are really brighten up. And that's where Magnus Esports can really shine. But guys, we'll have a quick look at the schedule of the day, and we'll be moving toward the third duel, the third battle of the day, which will be played on Erangel. Group A, B, D, and E will be, going against each other. Group C will watch it from far, sitting in their comfy spaces. But rest of the teams will, get into this battlefield for their chicken dinner. Group C will be the lucky one sitting outside, but it's Erangel once again. 3 Erangels today and 2 Sanhoks. No Miramar. That's again another set of maps really gonna annoy most of these teams out there, Fritz.
Yeah, I mean, it's better to have a Miramar with a Sanhok rather than having 2 Sanhoks at the same time. But it's fine, man. You will have to play it out one day or the other. So one of these days, guys, will compensate, right? We'll compensate for the Miramar not being played today. We'll get 2 Miramars in one day. I don't mind that. I really don't mind casting for a little bit longer, because the Miramar maps are fun. I've seen Miramar. They're really fun as compared to San. Because in Sanhok, so much is going on. Again, we're seeing a fight between 4MV and what was it, NBeSports in the final few seconds. That was the only fight which was clear for me. Otherwise, all the other fights had so much going on in the background. There was like, oh, this team got this frag, that means they will get this control. Too much going on. Too much going on in Sanhok, especially then the zones as well. They spoiled the game for a lot of teams. I know that they spoiled the game for T2K, so I'm not happy because they were my predictions to win the game. So they did. The zone did me bad over there. But hopefully in Erangel, nothing of that sort happens. A defaulty, a very fun, a very simple map. You can say snakes heading in the grass. There will be a few earthworms. I'm sure there'll be a few earthworms over there in this map of Erangel, but that's okay. That's okay, because not every player prones in this map, right? Because you will be spotted down from far away. So it's a fun map. DRS I think has been having a great run on the map of Erangel. So let's see if DRS can do it again.
Yeah, for sure. Yesterday we saw first 2 matches, and DRS was really, putting out every possible resource, and they got the chicken dinners. And the best part of DRS strategy so far is they're surviving for long. That's kind of like, I would say, their practice before the big stage, and DRS is really preparing for that. But right now, I feel like in this league stages, no one is showing their real strategies that they want to deploy in finals. That's where the real deal is, Chris, because teams will be playing in the finals for that $150,000 prize pool share, and for sure they will be playing in a very different play style, different mindset, just like they're playing in the league stages, because it's not that hard. I must say, top 16, some of these teams, they know if they will have like 2 to 3 good matches, they will get to top 16.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, all these teams, at least I know that these teams, should be there in top 16, should not be a problem. So that's one of these things that we will see in the upcoming games. These teams performing in the best possible way. But guys, we'll be taking a short little break right now, and on the other side of the break, we will be back with the map of Erangel.
PUBG Mobile version 2.7 will be available soon. Let's take a look at all the new content. The long-awaited Dragon Ball Super collaboration is officially here. We'll be bringing you 2 new game modes for this collaboration: Dragon Ball Super themed mode and Battle Royale Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super themed mode will be available in Erangel, Livic, and Sanhok. In this mode, we've incorporated Dragon Ball elements into the classic Battle Royale gameplay. All players will embark on a journey to find the Dragon Balls to summon Shenron. Collect the Dragon Balls scattered throughout the map. The team that gathers all 7 will be able to summon Shenron at the Shenron altar and make a wish to obtain powerful buffs. Maybe if you're super lucky, you'll get 3 wishes at once. During the journey of collecting the Dragon Balls, players will obtain a type of energy called Ki during the game. Players can use Ki to unleash famous Dragon Ball moves. Players can obtain the Kamehameha by picking it up. It equips to the pistol slot. After charging, it will release a continuous high-damage beam. Fukujutsu is another skill that can be picked up during a match. Players can use this skill to fly freely in the air and make quick tactical maneuvers. The Senzu Bean is a new recovery item that is incredibly effective. The Dragon Radar can display the location of Dragon Balls that haven't already been claimed by other players. It can help you collect the Dragon Balls more quickly. The Air Car can carry up to 3 players. It's easy to put away and has better performance than regular vehicles. Tenkaichi Budokai, Kame House, Korin Tower, Dragon Ball Village. These are some famous landmarks that will appear in the game. Call your friends and explore with them now. The collaboration this time even has a hidden challenge, named Dragon Ball Trial. Win consecutively in the themed mode for a chance to take on the challenge. After accepting the missions, the team has to follow the instructions and gather 7 Dragon Balls. During the process, your team's location will be exposed to other players. All players will be drawn into battle for the Dragon Balls. To win the game, the trial team must successfully secure the Dragon Balls, defend the altar, and then summon Shenron. Are you ready for the challenge? In this standalone mode, named Battle Royale Dragon Ball Super, players can roleplay as iconic Dragon Ball characters. Use powerful, unique moves in a brand new anime-style map, and become the ultimate victor. There are 5 Dragon Ball characters in this mode. They are Son Goku, Vegeta, Ultimate Gohan, Piccolo, and Frieza. Select your favorite fighter. Master their skills to suppress your enemies and achieve victory in intense battles. In the new version, the new Ace 32 firearm will be made available on all maps. It uses 7.62mm ammo and has 6 attachment slots. What are you waiting for? Go try it out now. Furthermore, this update also includes a firearm attribute tag display. Newer players can go to their backpack to look at the tags of a firearm they've picked up to quickly grasp its characteristics. The new Cycle 5 Season 13 begins on July 18th. Be sure to stay tuned for the new season rewards. That's a wrap for the main new content of the upcoming version. For more information, be sure to follow our official PUBG Mobile community. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. See you next time.
Alright guys, back after a short little break. Yasin is just around the corner. He will be hopping in with me anytime soon. But yeah, I was talking about this map of Erangel and how DRS has been having a great role on it. They've been playing amazingly well. Yesterday they started off with a couple of chickens. One was on Erangel, the other one I think was on the map of Miramar. Correct me if I'm wrong in that particular department. But yes, DRS has been finding some great spots inside the zone and they've been holding it out pretty brilliantly at the same time, because of which they've been able to play it out perfectly, is what I'll say. They've been getting a couple of chicken dinners. Let's see if they will, continue with the same sort of game plan, continue with the same sort of gameplay, and if they're able to, get a chicken in this particular match again, just making sure that they sustain their lead, they just maintain their lead. But also adding to the point that Ehsan pointed out earlier on, I mean, he told it that most of these teams, we already know which teams are going to qualify for the top 16. There'll be a battle between a few teams. Four teams will be eliminated out of the game, but there'll be a battle between some different teams who will be eliminated before the grand finals start. But majority of the teams, we have an idea. Stalwart, 4MV, Aegon, XI8, I even go to an extent and say Magnus Esports, DRS, Roy Esports. Most of these teams have already, made it to the grand finals. So that is something I'm really looking forward to. I mean, other than that, which teams are the ones that will be eliminated out? But yes, guys, SN is back. My guy went to, I think, get some food for himself. But yeah, here we are, SN, back with the game. The map of Erangel is about to get started.
Thank you so much for this warm welcome and apologies for this hiccup.
It's all fine.
I wasn't expecting this break to be over this quick, but anyhow, moving forward, guys, as we are going to step into our match number 3, which first really, in a I would say brief way, mention all of these things, very important things, because right now league stages, I don't see that kind of intensity which I'm expecting in the longer run, in the matches where we will actually see some intensified action coming from these guys. 4MP showed some slight glimpse of that, what they're gonna do to these teams in the finals. But right now, rest of the teams, they are somewhat, I would say, just playing it safe, just trying new things, and some of these things are working out and some of these are not.
Yeah, well, that's true. Some of these things have been working out and some not. And let's see on this map this time around, which are those teams which will make things work for them. So this time around, we have that city of Kamishki on the line. It is probably going all the way up to Primorsk, I believe. So it's a really interesting playing path. Now you will have military base on the line, but Novo Repna is going to be a long line. Now does Stalwart Esports go towards Novo Repna? Is Stalwart Esports even playing this particular game? And also all these questions will be answered in a few seconds. But yeah, another central playing path. So all these maps of Erangel, they've been having two centralish playing paths. These teams are not being challenged at all over here, Hassan.
Yeah, well, I was expecting, we saw some weird plane lines and also some weird first circles in respective PMPLs, South Asia and Pakistan as well. But this time around in South Asia Championship, watching some matches yesterday as well and today, if we just in two of the Erangels, we haven't seen some of the challenging situations being offered by the map to these teams, but we'll see. First circle in a moment will pop, and for sure they will have a quick look how this whole match gonna play out. But right now, it looks like everyone will safely glide to their drop location.
Yeah, that's true. All these teams will be slowly and steadily moving towards their usual drop location. Stalwart Esports
nice
again,
one.
I think, going for that shallow split around the city of Gatka. And after that, they'll be eyeing for that very early fight in the game. You also have Query being taken by the players of team SR3X. So we might see a few players of SR3X, Magnus and Stalwart Esports, maybe individual battle happening around one of these common compounds.
Yeah, there could be possibly, because 3RX, not DRS, team SRX3X going that south. Primorsk is not in the picture for sure, but at this very time, looks like the players of Magnus, one of the players from Magnus and Cairo, the IGL of 3X, they're pretty close to each other, and this could be some early, trade happening between these teams. But right now, rest of the lobby is pretty much safe and sound, no clash drops. But 52 Esports and King of Spades, there could be another possibility happening between these guys. One of the players from 52 is pretty far from his team. That's something unusual, I must say. I didn't see 52 Walud doing this in PMPL Pakistan, but this time around, things have changed. 52 is also trying some new things. But Circle totally shifted toward the southwestern side of the map, and this will really trigger a lot of rotations coming from the east side real quick. Looks like Mabetex, they're preparing themselves to actually have a quick rotation. R3G, they're already on the move. It's just 2 minutes in the map, and R3G just not holding back. And I'm really liking the way R3G is making these moves, even though in the finals of PMPL Pakistan and now as well. They're trying early rotations, and they're trying to find some good spaces inside the circle early on, so they don't have to worry about moving later. So they have this peace of mind once they have a good real estate inside the circle. They have this peace of mind. They can easily loot and just wait for the incoming teams inside the play area and actually get some frags for themselves.
Well, yeah, let's see Reggie side how much can they benefit from the early rotation. The same around Roy Sports also not in the lobby. That will mean that the area around school, apartments, water city, all these positions will be completely empty. So if Reggie side is maybe lacking a little bit of loot, they can stop around these particular spots to maybe gather something up. But no, yeah, they're just trying for an early rotation. They want a good spot inside the zone. The loot does not really matter to them. On the other side, if we have a look on the southern side, we have Magnus and SR3X. Now, these two teams, I think they will for sure be in a rotational clash because Magnus will like to rotate towards that city of Gatka. Essentially, that's where the zone is going to end, I believe. Sudden shift is very highly unlikely in a position like this. So, if you have the early control of one of these compounds in Gatka, it could really help you anchor yourselves down, maybe get quite a few frags, eliminate one or two teams, get those frag points up, and plus the confidence too. So let's see if they go in for the early rotation. But in the meanwhile, yeah, Reggie's side, they will be eyeing for a compound around Gatka and they will love to make a pit stop towards any free compound that they see.
Now, right now, they're just crossing through, these teams that are busy in looting, in my opinion. That's the reason why they're not, some of the fights going their way. I'm not seeing any of these teams shooting at these players that are on the move, but Stalwart Esports could be a possible team that will do so. IC will reposition himself right away the moment he felt like R3G is pretty close by. But R3G, they're just wasting ammunition, I must say. There's no good in taking this fight from this, position where they are on the map. And also, distance is immense. And in Gatka, you have these hay bales in between, and you can just switch through them with your vehicle, and you're just a gone thing, No one can catch you.
It's super easy. Around Gatka, using those vehicles is super easy. Unless, of course, it's just zone number one. Because otherwise, like every other, you try to hide behind a haystack and suddenly run into 4 people who are just proning there. So it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare when stuff like that happens to you. I've seen that happen in South Asia. So there's just want the players to be ready for stuff like that. But yeah, this same round, peace of mind for 4MV because Egon XIA is in a group which is not playing this game. So they would be really happy with the position that they have. Complete control of military base. Even Stalwart, I believe, did not drop around the city of Novorepnoy. So they're like, yeah, this entire southern control is for us. Southern part of the map is for us. We can load. We can go in for our usual late rotations, and maybe then try to play the game in the best perfect manner. HVDC, no contention in the city of Pochinki, will enjoy the free tier 1 loot and then get out, probably rotate late because again, Pochinki is inside the first zone and somewhere near around the center. So I don't think so much risks have to be taken, but Noah surprisingly connects a good headshot onto a cars, drops him down to very little HP, was still not able to get that knock. Could have been great if he connected one more bullet with that.
That was a risk worth taking, I must say, for Leo to just step out of his compound and try his luck. But NBeSports players was way luckier than him. That's why he got saved in that process. But at this very moment, HR, they have started their rotation and they're about to enter inside the circle from the extreme east side of the circle, pretty much close to the farm and school area. But right now, the place they chose is really unique to get inside the circle. No one is there gatekeeping them. And all of these teams, their focus is toward the centralized part of the map, more toward Gatka and the southern part of the Gatka. And, Kwari is still in the play. It can really make it, a double-minded situation for the teams where they might be thinking whether should we go for Gatka or, still go for Kwari. But right now, SG knocking one of the players down for Mabetex Esports. Mabetex have 2 of their players knocked out. And Desert's position will also be revealed for sure. But there you go, SG, they're pushing 2, man. Ganging up on this player. Desert is there with the shotgun. Will take a nice 1 versus 2. And at the third party happening, not the third party, a good cover fire coming from the side of Nima. Nima is also low on HP. Volley is revived. But Jero, stepping out in the open, also low on HP. Rest of the Mabetex won't be able to do much in the meanwhile. But SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, they have to survive their players. They have to revive both of these players that are fallen right now. But Nima stepping out in the open. Some shots going from the side of Volley. No success. But HVDC Centurion, the kill feed, takes down one of the players from NBeSports.
Oh, that was a cheeky little 1v2 that was thrown in by Desert, and they are arriving late to the party. But Mabetex, let's see if they're able to get the job done.
Work,
of course,
Jero.
Of course, man. They get those knocks. They are looking really strong, and now Mr. Boro left all alone, far away, probably plays for the survival now.
Yeah, there is no more options left right now, Fritz. For SKYLIGHTZ. SKYLIGHTZ executed well. First 2 knocks, they were good. But it's been pretty much, downhill from there for them. But high voltage DC right now taking down 2 of the players of HR in the process as they were trying to get inside the circle. And looks like HR will lose their players. Magnus Finney will confirm one of the kill. And HR left with only 2 players surviving. Their IGL and their support fragger Jokey Boy. But they got something for themselves. They have the circle now. This is something they should be happy for.
Okay, well, let's see. I mean, how much can they do with that? On the other hand, I think Reggie side will have a fight with Stalwart Esports. Because once Stalwart realize that there's a team nearby and it is only stage number 2, they might want to jump onto it or maybe not. Because Action is already out of the game. So Nizet, Tops and IC are the only 3 players surviving in the situation. 4MV on the other hand, taking that fight against Magnus. Malik is down. Let's see if the revival gets attempted, or are they leaving their player B? No, it's not the case. Philly is there, close by, but as soon as they see a lot of vehicles running towards them, it's like, yeah, just let's just leave Malik alone. Let's just sacrifice him. But we all 3 need to survive, so at least we can get some more survival points. Because you stop these vehicles, the nades, everything is a little bit too much to deal with. And 4MV, all of these players carry 4 or 5 nades. So it's never easy taking an open area fight with the players of Team 4MV. They're so good with their nades.
Utility usage is very crucial. In this meta where a lot of eliminations are, been taken in the early parts of the map, utility usage is very, I would say, crucial in the situations where you don't want to show your face to the scene and get some points for yourself. But 52 Esports taking some fights against Leo, but a good nade coming from the side of Chotu will knock down the player as he was trying to escape through these trenches. The rest of the Leo, where they are, 52 Esports slowly and steadily closing in, and they have vacated one of the compounds in the midst of the God cover themselves. Nice work done by these guys.
Ooh, that's good. 52 Esports, they will get a couple of frags to their aim, and nobody says no to a couple of free frags. So that's really good for 52. Let's see if they can convert it into a big game or not. But now is the dreaded time. I don't like predictions at all because it involves a little bit of luck in the favor as well. Plus, also, Hassan, let me tell you, me and Hana, whichever team we predicted in the early stages of our tournament, they just got eliminated as soon as we took their name. So please be careful with whatever team you predict.
Well, in my opinion, right now, seeing the situation, looks like R3G have a good space in the circle. So let's go with R3G.
We go with Reggie side. I think 4MV. I think 4MV is winning this fight and then winning the game. But wait a second. A couple of players just went down as soon as I took their name. So yeah, the curse is still continuing. Fini is low on HP. He will be pushed upon, but Zibian with the trade. The nade was right on point. And suddenly, this fight is looking like in the favor of Team Magnus Esports.
Yeah, it does. And it looks like 4MV, they have their last player surviving somewhere on the closed ridge line. And he's going against the players. And Magnus Esports will clear the 4MV out. And now Magnus will pick Finney as well. Zibian is really having a good time throughout this South Asia Championship so far. And I'm really loving the way these teams are playing. And Magnus Esports now, they have a new intruder coming inside this farm's outside farm compound. And it's DRS this time around. Magnus have repositioned themselves. Zibian just taking his buggy and now will position himself on the corners of this compound. A very risky place to be. Magnus cannot overextend on their eastern side, where Killer is already watching that off angle, which Magnus players can actually create on the players. But looks like Magnus really
good decision.
Don't want to take this fight, and they will reposition themselves somewhere else.
Yeah, this is the way I think every fight should be taken. I mean, yes, you were able to successfully defend your compound once, but the chances of doing it multiple times, well, they are very, very low. And this time around, Gante will be able to get the player down. Zibian will be finished off, but that's a third party. Come on, it's in. They are the ones who will confirm that frag. Beauty of Battle Royale. One team gets the knock, but the frag flows the other way around.
But at the end of the day, what it matters is who picked the final frag, who killed the player. That's the main thing. And SRX3X, they just stole that from DRS in that broad daylight. And for sure, DRS won't be happy, but Magnus Esports really putting all of their eggs in one basket. And now another spray coming from the side of Gante takes down Fenny in the open, and now Magnus is left with only one player surviving. Let's see if DRS will send one of their players to actually go for the confirmation. Looks like Gante will be able to spot the player in the open, where Fenny is just waiting for his final few seconds in this match, and then he will be on the observer seats as well. Fenny gets confirmed, and Magnus Esports draw will also get confirmed by Joki. HR got something for themselves, 1 kill to their name.
So Killer is using a bolt action rifle. Now this could be interesting, has that 6x available on it too, so if he sees any heads, he will be able to pop it off. Although talking about popping off, DRS I think is also popping off in this map again. Erangel seems to be their domain. I mean, literally no one can slay them right now. Stalwart on the other hand, I think they've already figured out R3G. They know that there's a team nearby they need to be careful about. But yeah, there's a good bit of land between Stalwart Esports and R3G, and I think both of these teams respecting each other. Just making their presence known, but at the same time just not pushing, not fighting amongst each other. Just being good neighbors to each other is what they're currently doing. Have to do it for the next 2 minutes as well, because that's the time the zone will take to close it and form the zone number 5. So we have to be good neighbors for the next 2 minutes as well. Maybe go in for a combined fight against a common enemy. That's one of the objectives that can be achieved. HVDC though, Arrows try to be cheeky, but he will be spotted down, shot upon, and made sure that he does not take that off angle just another time.
One more time. Yeah, for sure. This angle is pretty much pinned by the players of 70 now, so have to be careful with these plays that Arrow is trying to make on top of this shack. But in the kill feed we saw the demise of SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, one more match, an early exit for them, and we are left with 12 teams, 42 players, and now High Voltage DC, they're eyeing on that compound which 7th Element have for themselves. But I'm not sure what Sanjiro is trying to do at this very moment. They are inside the circle and they're poking the team that is outside. I'm not sure what's going through the mind of High Voltage DC right now.
Yeah, well, we will have to see. I mean, how does High Voltage DC want to play this one out? Right now, there's trying to toss a few nades onto the Reggie side guys. Seni, okay, never mind. It's not a nade, it's just a smoke blocking out the window, so Seni does not have any more information available to him, so that the players of Stalwart can close in. And now the nades will be thrown into the compound. Now Reggie's side is taking their sweet time, and the retaliation is good. It will be enough to push their Z back towards his own compound. But on the other hand, HVDC and 7th Element, and also DRS taking an interest in that fight. A lot of teams fighting it out. T24 tries to connect the shots, but the buggy is a little bit too quick, and Sanchit from far away will be able to snipe out the player.
Nice work coming to the side of High Voltage DC, but now 7th Element, they are in the open and they are the low-hanging fruit right now for DRS and High Voltage DC, both Killer YT confirming the elimination on the players, and now after losing one of the players, DRS still have 4 elimination points to their name, still surviving on the edges of the circle, and now the circle have shifted pretty far away from them, so things can turn south for themselves. But in the kill feed, DRS still, farming some more success for themselves. SRX3X confirming the players, the 2 surviving players of HR, NHR getting out once again with just 1 elimination to their name on 12 spot. 70 also just following them along, leaving for the lobby on 11 spot with 1 elimination to their name, so not a good match for them as well. But overall, DRS still surviving, still have 4 months standing, but the fight that was pretty much inevitable for R3G has just started. Stalwart Esports really pushed on the players of R3G, and at the same time 52 Esports getting peppered by the guys of High Voltage DC.
HVDC, they will be in trouble. 52 Esports, they're using the trenches perfectly. They're just going up and down around it and just getting the frags and getting the job done. Choto tossing a raid, hoping that the players of HVDC will push in, but that's not the case. All these players are just happy to survive in the position that they have. Hassan tossing a few smokes out, making sure that he still makes his opponent think a little bit before tossing a nade in this direction. Sanchir though is slowly and steadily closing in, also tossing a few nades. Now the revival will be facilitated onto Jallad, I believe, but then the reset has to be attempted, and then 52 still has to confirm this fight against HPDC.
Nice
The nades are good because the chip damage is being achieved.
Oh, look
Choto
at
barely survives. He's so lucky, man.
He is for sure, and he's trying to take the players down with the utility, but Sanchir this time around will confirm it. Sanchir really going for that aggressive, peak from these trenches. It's really, I would say, takes something to actually do so, but Sanchir throwing some smokes, paving his way inside the circle. Blue zone is right on the backs of High Voltage. 2 players surviving, but STE somehow, without even confirming a kill, gets eliminated out.
Yeah, it's VDC now with only 2 players standing. Sanchir is trying to sneak his way towards the player of 52 and he gets
nice
that opening. Jallad goes down, and that angle was so cheeky that 52 did not expect it. And they're just now behind a single vehicle. Sanchir is trying to find maybe a nade to throw at the players of Team 52 to flush them out, and now he has 3 of them. The thing is, 52 is also falling back by tossing a few smokes in their opposite direction. But does Sanchir connected it? He has already spotted the remaining players of Team 52 down. The nade, it goes in, it gives damage to Choto and Hassan, but once again, the knock is still not achieved.
Knock is still not achieved. 52 Esports looks like they are pinned down. They are now being under pressure for I don't know what reason. They have the clear-cut man advantage. They're just not taking their chances for sure. And now High Voltage slowly and steadily with the utility clearing their front lines. And moving forward, another nade goes in. Sanchir takes down another one and possibly will take down Hassan as well, as he is already low on HP. A Molotov being thrown, but this roof of the trenches will block it off. But Valood's position is revealed. Nade goes in from Rogue, takes down Hassan, and 52 Esports is in shambles. Last one standing, Valood it is, and 1 utility can mark an end to this player.
How does 52 lose after getting such an advantageous? It was a 4v2, and suddenly a sneaky play that ruins the game. How? I mean, you just should be confident. You are the ones who got those frags onto HBDC. At worst, it could have been a 3v3 fight, but would have been so much better than now being completely eliminated out of the server. Valood, as you said, has to come in with some heroics. He is pre-firing around the corner, but the distance gets closed in, and Rogue with a shot in his face.
Yeah, pretty much giving some taste of lead to the final standing player of 52 Esports. Valood couldn't even fight back, couldn't even knock down 1 player, but what a 2 versus 4 we just saw. They isolated the duels and eventually won the whole fight. But now they have to deal with the players of Leo, which are here to just take their fair share. But in the kill feed, looks like R3G, after eliminating the players of SRX3X and STE, now they have to deal with the big guns, DRS. Slowly and steadily trying to make their way in. DRS won't expect 1 player of R3G staying back, and now he was that trump card which R3G could have used against the players, but now Rogue low on HP. At the same time, DRS pushing forward. He gets knocked out from High Voltage. Third party in High Voltage. They're still not stopping Fritz.
Yeah, I mean, it is a 2-man squad, but they're like, yeah, we will still try to get as many frags as possible, and the spam through the smoke is also connecting. But this time it's Regicide, and Killer, for some reason, he ran out of the vehicle, and he himself blasts it out. Tries to make some sort of cover, but did he forget that he had a teammate inside the vehicle? He also essentially falls to the shots of HVDC, but DRS, who are looking really strong in the game, now in shambles. It's only Delta left all alone.
DRS, they were in total control, and now just 1 move of circle away from them just put them in a place where everyone just want to have a piece of DRS. T2K still 3-man standing. They have to deal with the standing player of Mabetex right now. Looks like Mabetex have lost their players as well. Just a few of them surviving right now. But Wally, the last man standing. Let's see how he's going to deal with the situation where T2K throwing some good utility his way and confirming at the same time. High Voltage DC gets eliminated with 11 eliminations to their name. Wally gets confirmed by Rick, and Mabetex also leaves on 6th spot. But 11 eliminations. High Voltage had a heck of a match for themselves. 12 total points, I must say. But T2K now they are, trying to get some more map control for themselves, and might have pointed out the position of R3G as well. Two of the surviving players. They had the major threat DRS, and DRS is now just left with one player. Can't do much of the damage on the players, but R3G will be able to survive. But right in the dead center, look at that. King of Spades, they have placed themselves pretty nice here, Fritz.
Yeah, King of Spades, they really do have a good position, plus the numbers as well. Yeah, you do not have any more frags to your name, but it's all fine if you're able to get a chicken. Low frags now does not really matter. Because King of Spades is again another one of those teams who are eyeing for that top 16 spot. That's their primary goal. Jumping into this tournament, because I believe this is their first appearance in the tournament itself. They've been able to make it towards SAC no less, and they have been able to beat teams like JMEX in the process to get till here. So their main objective right now, just jump into top 16, just play the grand finals and have an experience of it. Let's see if they can make the most out of this situation or not. Some of these players are yet to move inside the zone. Meanwhile, Delta was surviving all alone, just gets run over by the player of team Leo Esports, to get another frag for their name.
Oh, nice work by Leo. But at the same time, T2K, True Love, just showing some lovely piece of utility on the players of KS. But I believe the player name is ExoX. Can actually point out the position of Love. Right now, he is right behind that hay bale. But KS will pick their player up as well, but ExoX with the utility takes down Rick, but couldn't spot Love as he was, closer to him. But Love can't be spotted from this far. Surely you need those eyes, special eyes to spot Love. But right now, good spam coming from the side of Love. T2K, Love getting some chip damage, but it will buy some time to the players of T2K on the backlines to res up Rick. And now T2K once again back to 3-man standing. R3G lost one of their players meanwhile and left with only one. Top 4 finish for them, but Leo still standing. 2 of their players are surviving, and they might go against the players of KS as Naruto. He is just playing the role of the defender against his aggression coming from the side of Leo. Yetauta, he looks like he is eyeing for some more vehicle eliminations. He just wanted to make sure no one is around and they can have this peace of mind while taking this fight. 2 versus 3 against the players of King of Spades, but King of Spades have rezzed up their player as well, so it's a 4 versus rest of the lobby once again.
Yeah, let's see, the res is there, yes. So T2K, now it is a 3-man squad, but as you said, they spread out quite a bit. So now if XMPL gets knocked out, I don't think so support is arriving for him anytime soon. And Yetauta is all out for runovers. I think he gets that information on Zenny and maybe then goes back for round number 2. Or does he not? I mean, he is taking a safe spot there inside the zone. But Slipknot spotted down.
Nice work,
XMPL, good shots. But here comes the vehicle. Does not matter because the nade did a lot of damage onto XMPL. And this was a guy from Reggie's side. Senny was the one who tossed that nade and almost brought down XMPL in the process.
Yes, safe call from the IGL of T2K to just bringing his player back. There is no need to go that far. But again, this will buy time to the players of Leo to just reset. It's again Leo, 2 players standing. But Senny's position is now on the edges. He cannot move any further. He has the threat from both of his sides. T2K can spot him out. Leo will short spot him out, because their focus will be more toward their close vicinity. And now T2K MPL just trying to find something, but once again, Fassel on the other side. Trade is out on T2K. Love is knocked out. 2 versus 3 it is between both of these teams. King of Spades, Mamba gets knocked out. But position of player is spotted out. Riggs takes down Yetauta at the same... Oh, I'm sorry. Exo takes down Yetauta at the same time. And Riggs takes Exo. Team KS down to 2 of their players only surviving right now. Rest of the team is bleeding out. But Seni will spot it out. Leo confirming the kill. And R3G with a finish on 4 spot. 3 eliminations to their name. But T2K slowly and steadily, they are making the players of King of Spades to move toward them. But it will be another player getting eliminated on the side of King of Spades. It's a 2 versus 2 versus 3 situation where if T2K will res their player up, this will be a favorite situation for them. But King of Spades, they're not going for the revival. Mamba gets eliminated, and now it's all down to 2 surviving players. Faisal takes down Rig once again, and this is the solo survivor. MPL surviving. Love's kill gets confirmed, and Slipknot position is also revealed. A good nade coming from the side of MPL will mark an end to the players of Leo, but it is getting down to a 1v1. Molotov from MPL will confirm it's a 1v1 between King of Spade Fazil and T2K's MPL. Rig's position is pretty helpful, and there you go. T2K gets the chicken dinner for themselves. The bait was on point, and King of Spade lost 4 points as they were right in the clear sighting for them. Winner chicken dinner goes to team Train to Kill.
Well, great job done by the players of Team T2K. Total 10 eliminations. I mean, the number of eliminations is also not low. So great job done by the side of Team T2K, and this has pushed them to that overall ranking of number 2. So great job done. Let's see how do they continue in the next coming tournament.
Welcome to Airdrop Carnival. Let's have a blast. This is for you. Let's play together. Let's take a break. Watch me shine on stage. I hope you can remember me.
Welcome back, guys, after this short break. And again, once again, a quick reminder for you guys. Some exciting gifts, some exciting suits. Suits are on their way in the shop in PUBG Mobile. So go check it out as well. This is your host, Tessin, once again, after the break. Welcome back, Fritz. And a slow end to the match, but T2K really played, that situation very well.
Yeah, I mean, T2K, they did not have the numbers advantage. It was King of Spades who had that advantage. Plus also Leo playing that sort of a third-party role spoiled the game for both the teams, let's say. More importantly for the players of Team King of Spades. But at the end of the day, King of Spades did not have a lot of frags to their name. So 6 points is what they'll have to work with. Maybe a few points here and there onto the T2K guys that were knocked out. But that's not a big number. So even though King of Spades were able to get into top 2, this won't result in a fruitful game, man. I mean, 7-8 points is something teams like Stalwart, teams like 4MV get without entering in top 10. I mean, 11th position, 8 frags, and they are able to, just do it so effortlessly. Yeah. So I don't think so. This was the best possible game for King of Spades. They really need to improve.
Yeah, King of Spades, they're more focused toward the survival, which is, I would say, not that helpful in getting you in the top positions, because right now the placement points is just 10 points for the chicken dinner, and we have seen how hard it is now to get a chicken dinner, where it's better to just go for the frags, I must say. But players in focus, Sanjeev was the MVP of the previous match and 5 eliminations for him. At the same time, Rogue with 4 eliminations. So High Voltage really didn't put a stop to their gun skills, to their gun blazing. But at the same time, Team T2K did a great job. Reg and XMPL really played a crucial role in the win of T2K. Match summary it is mostly high voltage DC and then some healing done by Volley, as he could be that guy who was the most miserable in the situation where he was the solo survivor, and the only thing he had to just keep himself busy was healing, I guess.
That's another outlook. We'll have to take into consideration. But yeah, T2K 20 overall points. Great job done by them. HVDC have 12 points. Look at their placement points. 1. Total eliminations 11. This team feasted upon everyone in the lobby, and they just played it out perfectly. Not perfectly.
Yep.
They were a little bit short in terms of the position points. Of course, they could have played it a little bit more with caution, but then they wouldn't have been able to get those 11 frags. But yeah, Leo Esports 11 points to their name. DRS with 9. And yes, King of Spades. They ended up second, but in this list, you can already see them dropping down all the way to that 5th spot with only 9 points from a game which you ended up second in.
Yeah, but you could have taken from 2 fights, if you did well there. But, again, as we were pointing about high voltage DC, whenever you're trying to be over aggressive in matches like these extensive matches, it creates a ripple effect that, get backs to you in a moment or so in next few phases where you're trying to, get a little more thirsty, or I would say a little more hungry for the kills, and that's where you overextend and gets eliminated. But high voltage, the way they played against 52 Esports, this is a master class which all of these players, all of these aspiring competitive players are trying to take, that in a 2 versus 4 situation, how to just isolate the duels and eventually win the fights like that. But outstanding work from the side of high voltage once again. But we'll have a quick look at the schedule, guys. We are done with 3 matches for the day. We'll move toward another Erangel, the final Erangel of the day. And Group B will be on the benches this time around. And A, C, D, and E will be playing in this one. And then we will finish things off with our final match of the day. That will be on Sanhok. So that's pretty much it. We are left with 5th for the day.
Yeah, 2 more maps to go, and should be repeat telecast. Should be a repeat telecast of all these things. I mean, Sanhok, we've seen 2 Sanhoks till now in the entire tournament. Zones have been really similar. I even go to an extent and say Erangel zones have also been, really similar. More towards, if you divide the whole map into 4 different quadrants, so it has been more towards the northwest side of the quadrant, where we see a lot of zones finishing around Gatka. Sometimes it's around what do we call it, Zarki area. The previous map of Erangel went towards that spot. So it has been a very repetitive sort of a zone that has formed. Now teams like 4MV won't be really happy, because again they really want a south side zone, a zone that engulfs the southern part of Erangel. And let's see. I mean, this is going to be the final game. Do we see a similar pattern being repeated, or do we see a different zone? I don't mind a completely north side zone or a completely eastern side zone either, because too much of Gatka, man. Let's see a different part of the map. Let's explore somewhere else as well.
Yeah, let's explore somewhere else. I can see that annoying tone in your voice, because Gatka is mostly somewhere in the map. If it is in the first play area, you will for sure see the Gatka in the final parts. It's a big and extensive part of the map. I feel like when map was under development, the players, the developers were like, what should we just name this place, this open place? And they were like, let's name it Gatka. Let's make it very important place inside the map, that every circle will somewhat pay a regard to that place and will finish there. But overall ranking it is, guys, DRS still holding nice and pretty on the first spot, and they have a total lead of almost 22 points now.
That's
in front
when
of T2K.
Yeah, but that's when T2K and Leo are yet to play one game. So I think so. If Leo and T2K can make the most out of that game and probably topple over DRS, welcome change. Otherwise, again, another good day for DRS Gaming, considering they started off on a very positive note, but after that they've sort of not showed. Well, haven't seen many games to judge on, right? So this was their second showing after getting that chicken. They started out in the previous map of Sanhok. So now consistently they will be playing. This again another map of Erangel means again we will see DRS try to have all their 4 players surviving. But the good thing this time around, what I saw, they had 6 number of frags, so not the worst possible result being eliminated early on. But yes, the other teams, man, I see Stalwart. I never thought I'd see them in the second page, but again this has happened, and I really want Stalwart to improve on this a little bit. King of Spades, another team that has jumped up in terms of rankings because they got those 9 points in this game. But they're still not completely clear of the muddy waters. So if SKYLIGHTZ has a good game, again King of Spades will be dragged down. Any of these teams except for SR3X has a good game, I mean King of Spades could be dragged back down. SR3X, the reason for which I'm saying this is they literally have 0 position points till now. So they're basically mostly relying on the frags, and unless and until they go a little bit higher than the 8th position, they won't be awarded with any sort of position points. I think survival should be a little bit more put into focus for SR3X so that they can at least show some contention for the top 16 spot.
Yeah, SRX3X, they pretty much qualified for PMPL SAC in a very good position overall. They qualified on the 4th spot, I must say. But at the same time, what things have changed a little bit. Lobby has changed. But guys, we'll continue this discussion after this short break. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
PUBG Mobile version 2.7 will be available soon. Let's take a look at all the new content. The long-awaited Dragon Ball Super collaboration is officially here. We'll be bringing you 2 new game modes for this collaboration: Dragon Ball Super themed mode and Battle Royale Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super themed mode will be available in Erangel, Livik, and Sanhok. In this mode, we've incorporated Dragon Ball elements into the classic Battle Royale gameplay. All players will embark on a journey to find the Dragon Balls to summon Shenron. Collect the Dragon Balls scattered throughout the map. The team that gathers all 7 will be able to summon Shenron at the Shenron altar and make a wish to obtain powerful buffs. Maybe if you're super lucky, you'll get 3 wishes at once. During the journey of collecting the Dragon Balls, players will obtain a type of energy called Ki during the game. Players can use Ki to unleash famous Dragon Ball moves. Players can obtain the Kamehameha by picking it up. It equips to the pistol slot. After charging, it will release a continuous high-damage beam. Fukujutsu is another skill that can be picked up during a match. Players can use this skill to fly freely in the air and make quick tactical maneuvers. The Senzu Bean is a new recovery item that is incredibly effective. The Dragon Radar can display the location of Dragon Balls that haven't already been claimed by other players. It can help you collect the Dragon Balls more quickly. The Air Car can carry up to 3 players. It's easy to put away and has better performance than regular vehicles. Tenkaichi Budokai, Kame House, Korin Tower, Dragon Ball Village. These are some famous landmarks that will appear in the game. Call your friends and explore with them now. The collaboration this time even has a hidden challenge, named Dragon Ball Trial. Win consecutively in the themed mode for a chance to take on the challenge. After accepting the missions, the team has to follow the instructions and gather 7 Dragon Balls. During the process, your team's location will be exposed to other players. All players will be drawn into battle for the Dragon Balls. To win the game, the trial team must successfully secure the Dragon Balls, defend the altar, and then summon Shenron. Are you ready for the challenge? In this standalone mode, named Battle Royale Dragon Ball Super, players can roleplay as iconic Dragon Ball characters, use powerful, unique moves in a brand new anime-style map, and become the ultimate victor. There are 5 Dragon Ball characters in this mode. They are Son Goku, Vegeta, Ultimate Gohan, Piccolo, and Frieza. Select your favorite fighter. Master their skills to suppress your enemies and achieve victory in intense battles. In the new version, the new Ace 32 firearm will be made available on all maps. It uses 7.62mm ammo and has 6 attachment slots. What are you waiting for? Go try it out now. Furthermore, this update also includes a firearm attribute tag display. Newer players can go to their backpack to look at the tags of a firearm they've picked up to quickly grasp its characteristics. The new Cycle 5 Season 13 begins on July 18th. Be sure to stay tuned for the new season rewards. That's a wrap for the main new content of the upcoming version. For more information, be sure to follow our official PUBG Mobile community. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. See you next time.
Welcome back, guys. As we promised, after a short break, we are back on the desk. PMPL South Asia Championship Fall 2023. It's undergoing right now. and it's day 2 on match number 4 is about to happen. Once again, welcome back, Fritz. And as we were discussing, on the backstage as well. What's your take on this final match? Or do you think T2K will be able to just skim that lead a little bit more of DRS?
Oh, maybe yes. I mean, T2K, the way that they've played, I think they will have a big chance. Don't know if they're playing this game or not. Are they playing this game? I mean, I'll have to check the groups and everything. But T2K for sure. See, one of the zones that me and Nahana predicted sort of, that if the zone goes north, if it's a 7E oriented zone, it's T2K. Yep. They do not lose if the zone favors them. And this time around, they won a game which the zone did not favor them. They had to run all the way down to Gatka from their usual spot. So if they can do that, I mean, T2K for sure is looking like a really good team. Plus, even DRS is also relying a lot upon those position points. Not saying that they do not have any number of frags. They also have decent number of frags. I think 30-35 points is what they have. But when you have 3 chicken dinners, what I expect is just from those 3 different games, you should on an average have 30-35 points. But right now you just have 33, including every other game too. So they are just running a little bit short in terms of frags. If they can keep up with the chicken dinner as well, that's all good. That's all good with me if they can do it perfectly. But if again you have some off games, you have games where you only have 1 or 2 points and the other team performs perfectly, they would be the ones taking over the lead from you. So I think this could be one of those games where DRS gets early eliminated, and then the other team will try to just clinch in the distance.
Yeah, because lead, even these kind of shorter formats, 15 to 20 point lead is not that massive, if and at the same time, if the format is round robin, for sure teams will try to catch up with you once they will have a clear view what they have as their target. So for sure T2K will try their best. By the end of this day they can just get close, or at least get past these guys. But Aegon Excited going against Stalwart Esports, this is pretty unorthodox, I must say. Action is there, just holding on, and Aegon dropped on a location where Stalwart Esports weren't even expecting them to be. I see he is already knocked out. Uzum crossing the road, and now Stalwart Esports action, his position is also given away, and looks like Stalwart Esports might lose one more player.
Oh, not the best possible start for Stalwart, and this time around a little bit of an adjustment coming in from the players of Team Aegon XI8.
Sure.
Instead of dropping towards military base, they went in for a contention with Stalwart Esports outside the city of Novorep, and it seems to be that it has paid off. I mean, yes, they've traded 1 player each, but I think this is the best situation that I've seen I8 in for a very long period of time after they've dropped in towards that military base.
But they have lost one of their players as well. Action confirmed one of the frags, but so far, since the start of SSC, it's been a difficult situation for them. But look at Stalwart Esports, the way they have surrounded the players of Aegon XI8. Now some fire back also coming from their side, but Blade gets knocked out from top, and top striking Aegon from right up top from this hillside from radio station, I must say. And now Stalwart Esports have some more ground to actually put themselves on and confirm some eliminations. Smokes being deployed, and looks like Aegon will try to go for the revival, but top's position is very crucial. He won't be allowing a step out from the side of Aegon XI8, and just crossing this road this openly for sure is a risky move. But smokes, still there's a lot of smokes being thrown on the road, and after this one for sure there is a chance that Aegon XI8 Blade will cross it and will get revived. But that will be an interesting fight, I must say, if Aegon XI8 gets this player revived as well.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, Aegon XI8, they are attempting to get that revival done. I mean, Blade has already crossed into the main compound, but yeah, as soon as he just jumps out of the smoke, he will be taken down. Tops had that good angle. That 3x is also helping a lot, and Stalwart Esports 2 frags confirmed. This flank from Nirzeth is also going to be completely unexpected by the players of Team Aegon XI8, and Uzum is already dropped down to very little HP. So it is looking like it's a packed coffin for the players of Team Aegon XI8. it's just a matter of time before Stalwart take them out completely.
Yeah, just final few shots, and that will be marking an end to Aegon XI8. So far, things aren't working well for these guys. But look at Nerdzed. He is just closing on to the players of Aegon from open. He knows this is a blind spot of this, a roadside compound, and he is putting a great use to it. Stalwart Esports, now they have tightened their clutches on the players of Aegon even further, and now, as Fritz, you said, it's just few more moments and it will be over for Aegon XI8. One thing in my mind right now, sorry for this hiccup once again, but one thing that is coming through my mind right now is Aegon might be waiting for Stalwart Esports to just, make a mistake so they can punish them.
Yeah, but the problem is you already know that Tops is up top, but the players are not peeking enough to get information on the other players. So Action, Nirze, these two players will be the factor that might change the game. Now Action was taking a little bit of a risk while trying to be all out in the open behind that smoke and trying to get that knock, although he wasn't able to do much about it. Now there's also cooking a nade, but I don't think so. This nade is perfectly positioned, and Nirze again and again cancelling it out. He knows the value that this nade holds. It will give them the opening that Stalwart desperately needs. So the markers have to come in before the nade gets thrown out. Falak, I think the pixel should be spotted by Tops, right? Yeah, he knows that Falak is still present just on the stairs of this compound, and probably Nirzad will crawl across it, just cook a nade and toss it out onto Falak and take him down, and that's when Stalwart will decide to push in. Otherwise, yeah, for sure, man. If one knock can be achieved by the players of Team Aegon XI8, the situation could be completely shifted in the favor of I8.
Yeah, for sure. And looks like right now Aegon XI8, they're just delaying the process, and now Nerdzed have it, enough, and he is pushing forward. For sure, he has no idea where exactly the player of Aegon is. He is holding on right behind that door. What a sneaky place to be in. Nerdzed still have no idea. I guess it will be a rude awakening for this guy. For sure, and he breaks the door.
Yeah, but look at that. Tops from up top gets that knock. That's it. I think that's GG. Now you can all try to get in the pre-fire, but the vehicle will be used. Tops will also join the action and probably be able to eliminate the entire squad of Aegon XI8. The revival is being attempted. Nirzad will push in, just interrupt the revival. He's just making sure that the second guy cannot be brought back in. Falak falls. And they are just able to gas out the players of Team Aegon XI8.
Pretty much, a lot of gaslighting from both of these teams. They tried their best to actually, play a trick on the opposition, but Stalwart Esports had some more down their sleeves. That's the reason why they are the ones surviving right now. For Circle, while they were so busy with this, fight between them and Aegon XI8, Circle have moved a little far away from them. It's still multi-island, but more of the Circle's focus is toward the southern part of the main area. That's what's happening right now. At the same time, HR went against SKYLIGHTZ Gaming and lost one of their players. Circle is about to shift. Phase 2 will pop in a few seconds, but Team Tough, they're finding some footing for themselves on the southern part of the map. But what a nice Circle shift here, Fritz. For sure, as a competitive player, you'll be happy to see this. And Tough have to go back from where they left, from the south side of Hospital. And now, down south, they have a good position to their name, but this could be out of the Circle in next few phases.
Yeah, but it's another Gatka zone. I just talked about the pattern, and it is still there. Gatka being the city of choice for the PUBG Mobile gods, and all these players will have to fight a different compound, or maybe a different shack. The trenches is also a good option. Plus, this AUJ could also be really helpful. I mean, I would for sure trade my M4 for an AUJ anytime. AUG is even more stable. I just love that weapon.
It is. It is stable. The only thing that is really annoying about this weapon, in my opinion, for sure. It could be, we can differentiate on our opinions, is that this takes a lot of time. It always feels like it takes a lot of time to actually finish one player off with this gun. But Leo, realizing that R3G have pushed forward, and now R3G, they are showing some early aggression. Liquid takes one down, and some good damage from the side of Noki. Nice work done. Vaz is also low on HP. Roshan getting bleed out, and a Molotov will put a finish to him. Noki gets knocked out as well. R3G down to 2-1 standing. At the same time, Magnus from the backlines also joins in. R3G, they are on a verge of elimination, but IHC is here as well. Nade from the side of Liquid will take down one of the players of R3G, and it could possibly mark an end to the players of Regicide. Vaz, the IGL, the solo survivor right now, just going for a 1v2. Rest of the Leo will push forward. Yeta Uta is there. Vaz is on the upper story, and with one nade, it can actually change things around. And nade goes in. Players get a lot of damage, but it's PP Bison. Will be able to do much, but there you go, it's over. Nova confirming the final one. R3G, without even getting a single point for themselves, gets eliminated. But at the same time, Magnus Esports, they have joined in the fight, and this could possibly be an end of Leo Esports as well.
Yeah, man, let's see. Magnus, for some reason, they've deployed so many smokes, just hindering their own vision. But now this 4v2 should not be a big concern for Magnus. They are tossing a few nades on the second floor, but the thing is, Magnus, you're tossing the nades in the wrong direction. Now at least they got some bit of damage onto Yeda Uta, but the knock is still out there, and Magnus just I think hoping to fall back, just hold the bigger compound that they have rather than pushing onto their opponents. It is a little bit of a, I'd say, bad play, should I call it, or should I call it a little bit of a passive play? Because you already have invested a lot of utility into this fight, and now if you back out of it without any major concern, I mean, then why use the utility in the first place?
Yeah, Magnus Esports, they have done the preparation, but no show has been put forward by these guys so far. Magnus Esports 4 versus 2 it is, but gotta be careful. But Zibian, what just happened? With the nade from Zibian,
and then the third
Dolan
party
gets knocked out, but IHC at the same time, third parties.
And Leo,
Leo realizing that this is, a chance for them. Where is IHC even third partying from? This is a weird angle that IHC is using right now. Drolin also bleeding out. Fenny just, healed himself back. Just not, was expecting some following more shots from IHC, but Drolin will get, rezzed up. But Leo's still surviving. This one nade can actually change things around. Magnus Esports realizing there's a third party happening as well. So they have pretty much stepped back now.
Yeah, Magnus, I mean, they were anyways half-heartedly committing into this fight. But now suddenly they're like, yeah, now we're completely not just pushing that compound. We're happy with the position we have. And Nova, on the other hand, making sure that some nades cannot be tossed in from that direction and just smokes out the window. Has 7 more smokes left. So if for a very long period of time this team has this compound, I think Magnus could be really good in terms of position point. Because of course they've already got those 4 frag points. If paired with 3 or 4 position points, could be a decent game considering you only have 2 more players surviving. Yeta, Uta and Nova, they have to do the major heavy lifting. On the other hand, Stalwart struggling with the play zone. Now that's a first. I never saw a Stalwart player getting eliminated because of the play zone this early in the game.
Stalwart Esports right now, seeing the situation, they got 4 frags early on, but looks like they are not, fighting with that spirit of actually getting inside the circle. They are somewhat, putting themselves outside. But so far, they're on the southern part of the map, as they were pretty much, but now Stalwart Esports is trying to find their way inside the circle as well. SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, they have their edge pretty much vacated. No one there to challenge them while they will be making their move inside the circle. So not much of an issue for SKYLIGHTZ Gaming as well. But things have slowed down a little bit. Most of these teams have good compounds to their name. There's nothing much happening. We saw some aggressive fights just to claimed some good real estate right in the dead center of the circle, which R3G lost their lives for that. But at the same time, nothing much happening now. Going for picking fight on the players of Stalwart Esports, and it's over. What just happened? Were there 3 players? Yes! 3 players of Stalwart Esports are out in just one spray.
The vehicle blast takes them all. And they're not stopping Raw Esports. They have now shifted their focus onto the players of Team 3X, I believe. Cairo will get that revival and the backup will also arrive. But this shows the intent from Team Raw Esports. They're out for blood.
For sure, Raw, the way that they are taking these fights, even though they're in the open, and the compound they have them for themselves, it is a very risky compound. You can see that it's pretty much open on every side of this compound. But now, once again, Raw going for some frags far away. But predictions are here, guys. Fritz, it is a hard decision, but I'll go with Raw for sure. The way they're playing, I'm seeing some hope in them, getting the chicken dinner.
All right, well, you go with Raw, I go with the players of 4MV once again. But I mean, I did see 4MV taking that fight against Team HellRaisers and losing it out. No, man, what's happening right now? But let's see if 4MV is essentially able to finish that fight in their favor or not. On the other hand, IHC have finally decided to push on to the players of Team Magnus. Now, Malik has been spotted down. He is being peppered upon, but barely survives. Will be able to get inside the compound, reset, and maybe try to pose a threat in this 2v4 against the players of Team IHC. IHC is not reluctant at all, man. They are just tossing the race and they are just pushing in. Malik, though, in this over-aggression, has been able to punish one of the IHC guys. I think Zol is down on the ground and needs a revival.
Yeah, Zol is down. At the same time, some more utility coming the way of Magnus Esports. Fenny is knocked out as well. Malik, the only one surviving with some hope and also some HP as well. Fenny have to get rezzed up. Drolin will bleed out. The kill will get confirmed, but at the same time, Tough joins in. This fight for the centralized compound is really heating up between these guys. Malik will res up. Fenny also will demand some healing from himself, but IHC going for another B clearance, and this time around they will make sure that the surviving players couldn't even survive for that long. But now IHC doing the right work, I must say. They are pushing toward Leo, the one that were left by Magnus Esports, but this time around IHC, they're pretty destined. They want to clear those their surroundings and want to confirm those elimination points as well. Some utility being dropped into this barn house. But so far, Fitz, looks like Leo have, some grounding for themselves. They are not backing off.
Yeah, but the problem is IHC is a 4-man squad, and the way that they pushed in onto the players of Team Magnus, if they decided to do against the players of Team Leo, it's not going to be easy at all. But then again, dropping down to a lower spot, nobody likes it, and that's why I think IHC have pumped up the brakes. They know that they've already got 5 frags to their name. Pushing in, losing a player would not be the best possible thing. But Alex has some other plans. He has already taken control of the front side of this warehouse. Now let's see if he gets some backup from the remaining players of IHC and they decide to push it onto the players of Team Leo or not, because both these players are isolated. These are isolated 1v2s, 1v3s if you take it out properly.
For sure, and that's what Leo is trying to, make out of this thing. And IHC losing the first one. It looks like Leo have some plan for them. But Alex take down Yeto, the last one standing. Nova it is. And for sure, this Molotov will buy some time. But for how long? That's the big question. Player is trying to exit, will jump down, will take one down with himself. But IHC will confirm. But 3 players of IHC got knocked out in the process. And a timely third party coming the way of IHC can really mark their demise.
The biggest thing is Leo, they did put up a great fight, that's good and all. But why did not they confirm the frags first hand? I mean, they had a lot of time available to them to get that log and the confirmation at the same time. At least that first fight did. But not confirming the frag, IHC will get that complete reset. And Tough, I think they were not aware about this fight happening around them. Otherwise, they could have also third-partied and eliminated the entire squad. And neither did the players of Team 4MV have had any idea. So IHC will be brought back. 7 frags to their name. They are looking like a really great squad right now. And let's see, T24 in the meanwhile is cooking a nade, but the players of T2K are already up the compound. Pre-fire around the corner, but T24 gets the job done with the shotgun.
Nice work.
Now T24, this guy was all alone. He had to make a stand and he
Nice
did.
work.
I mean, Jane throws a great nade onto T24, but off to what use? You've already lost the player. This is you just trying to mitigate the damage that has already been dealt upon you. So Love and Jane just trying to plug all the holes and maybe eliminate the entire squad of 7th element. Now Divine left all alone. Another nade being cooked by Turu Love. He won't be able to bounce it back inside the compound. That's why Divine, they will still survive.
Divine is still surviving, a flash in his hand for sure. He's not going to use that, but it's a 1 versus 2 now. Takes one down and will try on the second one, but Love really just paying some good regards to the player, the final player standing of 7th element. 7th element is out with 1 elimination to their name. Some quick exit from 5 teams from PMPL Pakistan so far. Not a good match for all of these. Tough still surviving, 4-man. SRX3X with 3 eliminations to their name. Still surviving. And Raw, meanwhile, as we were busy with IHC versus Leo versus Magnus Esports, Raw officials lost one of their players. But still, they have a solid position inside the circle. They are still in a centralized position. I'm really looking forward toward the players of High Voltage. That's the real deal right now, Fritz.
Well, High Voltage definitely is going to be a team to watch out for. All 4 players surviving, and the way they played their previous game of Erangel, well, you'll have to take them into consideration because they did have a great number of frags. And this is also a very similar zone to the previous zone. I mean, you could call these 2 areas the neighbors of each other, but hey, there are a lot different teams that are still surviving. DRS did not play this game, so I guess their group was sitting it out. So this is the game for T2K to close in the distance, but now with only 2 players surviving, that job is going to be a little bit difficult. But the other teams can still try and figure out a way. 4MV being one of them, still 3 players surviving, and the game is not completely out of their control.
Nice spotting.
Dog spots out Cairo, and then IHC also throws a lot of shots onto that team. Raw Esports also joining into that fight, and suddenly, I mean, within a blink of an eye, 3x Esports are down to just 1.
They are, and I was thinking maybe SKYLIGHTZ Gaming took these players out, but it was Sky from Raw, from up far, took down 2 of the players as they were trying to step out, to get inside the circle. And now some revival jobs needs to be done. Cairo gets confirmed at the same time. 4MV Doc with the nade takes down the final player of SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. The final survivor is also leaving for the lobby, but High Voltage DC, they're pushing on the players of Raw. Raw is not left with much to work on, and now Raw is confirmed. High Voltage DC lost one of their players, one of the main players, I must say. Rog is the one. The entry fragger is out, but High Voltage DC still got something for themselves. 4 eliminations to their name now in total. But 4MV, they got an entry on the players of IHC, and it's 3 versus 3 now between both of these teams.
Now let's see. On the other hand, NBeSports and T2K are fighting it out, where there's a third party by HVDC. So, well, you'll also have to take that into consideration.
Oh, nice
Meanwhile,
work.
he tosses a great nade. Joel falls off, and he's also following it up with a few more. He wants to take down Alex as well. HVDC, on the other hand, have been able to confirm those frags onto NBeSports. So, NB also take that early exit. And now East looking to do the same onto the players of Team IHC. Around the corner, Alex. Pre-fire does not connect, but Alex has given away his position. East needs to be careful because Alex has a DBS. The other 2 players of Team IHC are a little bit far away, but Alex is trying to do the best he can to buy some time. The shotgun shells won't connect. The pre-fire around the corner won't get the job done. East stacked up a little bit, but the bandages will do the job. It should be helpful for East to get back to good HP. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side, the fight
nice
between
fight.
Devo and Beren is going to be an important one. But Alex
Nice
jumps
work,
out,
Alex.
gets that knock, but the trade is there. Beren will instantly be able to confirm that frag, and the revival is also being attempted. IHC, though, from the left-hand side, both the players pushing in. Devo gets taken. Oh, never mind. Gets taken
nice
down to
work.
very little HP, but the knock is not there. And suddenly this fight might just
work.
fall into the 4MB favor. The trades are there. But East left with very little HP. Godless pushing in. Gives him time to pop the first trade in. Maybe not. He does.
Oh, wait.
And Debo
Nice
gets the
work.
job done. A very interesting 3v3 fight. But then the players of Team Tough are over here to get that third party done.
Yeah, you know, pinching ISC on the right time, and Team Tough, nice work. Team Tough just, you know, picked the remainings of ISC, the final one standing, and now Tough had cleared their, you know, close vicinity, but still gotta get inside the circle. But High Voltage DC still surviving. SRX3X, the solo survivor, is still there in the picture, but won't be able to survive for that long. But Tough, they have poked the Giants, and now High Voltage will have more of their focus toward these guys. Riddler got a lot of damage. So gotta get inside the circle. Team will have an easy entry, but it's an uphill fight, Fritz. It's a risky one, I must say, for Team Tough right now. They have the man advantage, but as they will be trying to make their way up, they will lose their players because High Voltage will spot them first, rather than they spotting them, you know, initially. So that's a risky fight for Team Tough. But right now, Edgar is doing some buggy shenanigans just to, you know, get some intel on the players of High Voltage DC. So for High Voltage, they are playing this one with extra caution right now. Looks like High Voltage have some plan in their mind for this full-fledged push coming from the side of Team Tough.
Alright, well, HVDC. I mean, yes, it's a difficult fight for Team Tough because they do not have information, but the numbers should be good enough.
Nice
But
work.
look, he spots Edgar down. And that's an early frag. That's a frag confirmed by Sanchir as well. They don't give Tough time to breathe. The knock comes in and instantly the confirmation is also there. And now HVDC know that it's not a 4-man squad available for Tough, so this will be a proper 3v3.
Nice work.
Zen was trying to sneak in, but then gets spotted down and eliminated by the players of Team HVDC. Aero, Sanchi, Ryuk. Can these guys snatch away an advantageous position and the chicken from the hands of Team Tough? It will be very, very interesting to see.
Right now, the big gun of Team Tough is down. Edgar is down. You know, it's just down to Tarzan and Riddler to get this job done. But looks like the way High Voltage have set it up themselves inside the circle, they're ready for everything. They're ready for every play in the book that Tough have for them. And looks like Team Tough is still, you know, in a very risky position. Gotta go uphill. And we'll lose some players as well. High Voltage DC Arrow might spot Thor. And it's a risky position to be in. Oh, no, I don't think so. He will be able to. There's a ridge line in between that is giving some cover to Thor. But right now, Thor have to do some wonders. Otherwise, his team can lose this fight because he will have no clear sighting on the players. And even if he try to give some cover fire, will get spotted out in return. And this will be another downhill situation for Team Tough. Could possibly end up into a 2 versus 3.
Well, let's see, man. Aero just proning in, just trying to find some information out of the Tough guys. And Tough is also very passive on their approach. They're also trying to rotate in from the right hand side. And I don't think so Aero has that information that there's a player flanking them out. But I think that job has been given away to a different player. Look on the mini map, the top right player. I don't know who it is. A player in vehicle. Like, okay, it's Ryuk who has that sort of an off angle and maybe tries to take that fight with Thor. But this will all come down to zone number 9. That's where the fights will finally start. Because before that, I don't think so the players will push in. And also the smokes have to be utilized. So Aero has 6 of them, has a nade available, has a molly as well. But then the ground control, the area control that HVDC has, I think they are at an advantageous position.
Yeah, as we were mentioning that as well, you know, it's uphill battle for Team Tough. And I don't think so Team Tough will have an easy way in. Because the way High Voltage have placed themselves, it looks like it will be a heads-on fight between both of these teams. And it will be a back-and-forth trading happening. We'll see who will end up on the upper side of this. But High Voltage DC, they're trying to gang up on the players of Team Tough. Right on the edges, a good nade being thrown gives a lot of chip damage to the players of Team Tough and will make them to readjust. Tarzan is low on HP, Riddler is low on HP, Thor will feel the pressure in a moment from blue zone, and now Team Tough have to push forward. One more utility being dumped inside the smoke can actually change things around for High Voltage DC. It could possibly be that chicken dinner that they were aspiring throughout this day. The way they played, they for sure are the worthy one in this one. But Team Tough, they have played their way as well up to the final fight. 3 versus 3 it is. Thor really need to play this role from here. Gotta take down Ryoke, but these two clouds of smoke is really confusing the players of Team High Voltage to pick a side to start their fight. But now there you go, they pick a side, takes down Tarzan, Playzone takes down Riddler, kill confirmation is down to last man standing Thor. As I was saying, his team will get pinched out and it will be a possible confirmation. Position is revealed and he will deny his elimination to the Playzone. Nice work, High Voltage DC. Winner winner chicken dinner goes to Team
look at those biceps.
HV. Oh my goodness. This guy is giving me some good competition, I must say. Reminding me of my 16 years old self. But anyhow, winner winner chicken dinner goes to High Voltage DC, placing them in, you know, the top echelon so far in this league stages. They're on 4th spot with 22 points. Welcome back, guys. After this short break, match 4 is over and High Voltage DC just clinching that chicken dinner out the hand of Team Tough. Once again, after the break, this is your host Essen with me, Fritz, joining in on the desk. Fritz, High Voltage is really hunting for the victory for sure, man.
I mean, HVDC, they are showing promise. They just are showing so much promise in the overall tournament that it's fun to see. It's fun to see a different team, you know, coming out and ruling the chart from top. The previous game, they showed us some glimpses and pieces. What can they do? And this finally would be the movie. This is the final full picture that we needed to see from this team. And HVDC have definitely stepped up big. I did not exactly see where did they land up in the overall standings, but I believe in top 3. I'm sure that they will be in top 3 considering the number of points that they had. So a great game, a great showing from the side of Team HVDC. The other teams as well, man. Tough, it was an important game. See, still they ended up second, but did not have a lot of frags available. But for a team that is battling elimination right now, this second spot will also come in as a very, very big thing, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure. Anything that can have right now, they're just trying to get some momentum in this South Asia Championship going for themselves. So even a second position, they won't mind for sure. But MVP once again for the second time around today, and I would say in the 2 matches back to back, and 7 eliminations this time around, not 5, and some good damage numbers: 962 damage, 82 healing done, and for sure a most valuable player performance coming from this guy. But this time around, he will be joined by Arrow as well with 2 eliminations, 497 damage. But rest of the players in focus are from IHC. Godless for sure did a great job against Magnus Esports and Leo fight. Sky on the other side with 4 eliminations, and True Love from T2K, 2 eliminations to his name as well, 565 damage, and a survival of 22 minutes. Let's have a quick look at the match ranking, guys. Let's see what kind of picture we have painted so far in match number 4. And 22 points. Nice work from HVDC.
Yeah, look at that. Even IHC is not far behind. I mean, yes, they are very far behind. They're like 2 squad eliminations far. But then considering they got eliminated on the 4th spot, means still they're on the 2nd. They had great number of eliminations. 10 eliminations and a total of 14 points. IHC also had a decent game. 4MV as well, man. 9 points, not that bad. T2K on the other side has 8 points. SR3X has 8 points. So all these teams, they did a good job. But the other ones, any team, what I feel is any team below 7 points, I think needs to improve a little bit in the upcoming game to average all the problems out. But yeah, right now, this day number 2 did come in as a surprise, Hassan, because I was hoping that one of these teams will dominate. But then again, it's all evenly panned out. It's all between 4 different teams. These 4 different teams have been able to get this chicken. And let's see in the final map of Erangel, do we see the same thing? Do we see a 5th new team that will get the chicken? Or will it be for the first time that a team will get the second chicken in on day number 2?
Yeah, it could be DRS second chicken.
Oh,
Who
yeah,
knows?
that's true.
So far, it's been kind of a variety show for all of us. Watching this PMPL South Asia Championship, because a lot of international eyes are on this tournament, because 4 main contenders will qualify from here into the PMGC, and teams that are already qualified for PMGC from other PMPLs for sure watching this to see what kind of contenders they will be facing on that big stage. But let's move toward our final match of the day, guys, and which will be on the map of Sanhok. A quick one, I must say, but Sanhok it is, guys. Mabetex will be leading the charge into this match as we are starting out with them. A plane line, as we talk about the plane line, it's more, I would say, going from the south side moving up toward Camp Bravo, and really splitting this map into a 40-60. Upper northern side, Tatmok, Kao, Hathin, every place on this map is pretty much accessible, but I just want to see some early fights happening. That's my real goal right now. And looks like we might see once again 7E going against Team Raw officials.
Well, this could be an interesting fight as 7E goes against Team Raw officials. I mean, Raw, they go in for that sort of Camp Alpha split. So if that split is where 7th Element is also eyeing upon, this could be an interesting drop fight. Other than that, we already have the fight started towards the City of Ruins. I do see a Regicide player already knocked out. And who is it with? That's my main question. It is again the players of Leo Esports. Yeah. Well, this is going to be an interesting fight. Yeta Uta has already got himself completely kitted up. That level 3 vest is not breaking with these SMGs. You will find it very difficult to get the knock on that player.
Yeah, for sure. And Leo have some good, I would say, loot early on. They dropped on the roof of this ruins, building, whatever you call it, the temple, I would say. But Leo still have the upper end on the other side. 7th Element going against Raw once again. And this time around, Raw getting some damage early on from Divine, and another one knocked down. Some Uzi close range shots happening. And there's a reload once again, and this could be another player, and a quick finish from the side of 7th Element for sure, man. Some lingo coming from across the, I would say game from from Fritz. You know, this is what we used in a different game. I'm not going to mention the name, but for sure, that was a short difference from these guys. Some SMG used. Nice work. But in the kill feed, Magnus Esports going against NBeSports as well. But this fight has to come to an end. Both of these teams are really anxious to take each other down. And R3G right now in a kind of a lower end situation. It's a 3 versus 4 for them.
Yeah, but the positions that they're holding are good ones. I mean, it's never easy to rate the players inside compounds like these. And Knock, you look at this, he gets one knock. The trade is being attempted, but a big whiff from Yatauta. And on the other hand, 2 of the Leo players have already fallen.
Nice
Reggie
work.
side turning the tides, and they've been able to complete it properly. Vaz took a lot of damage, does not matter as Noki pulls out a 1v3.
This Noki guy is some serious talent, I must say. He's been doing this with teams back home, and again, not sparing the players of Leo as well from his wrath. For sure, did a great job. At the time where R3G was in a much need, these kind of matches are much required for R3G to just get out of that, you know, swampy situation that they are in on the overall leaderboard. They have to get outside of that threat, you know, hanging on their, you know, heads at this very moment. So R3G did a great job. Well played. But T2K on the other side in the kill feed takes down one player from the side of SRX3X. While the rest of the SRX3X is in cow, going against the players of King of Spades. Not sure what SRX3X is trying to do, but so far it's a 4 versus 3. They needed the support from Cairo, but Cairo got eliminated somewhere else by T2K. Some early blow to the players of 3X in this fight. King of Spades, 4-man standing, just waiting for the right moment to strike. And looks like they have spotted one player from 3X as well.
Yeah, Faisal could be the one just standing up and getting those knocks, but did he give his information? Yeah, Josefa has already spotted him down. Faisal could have been a little bit quick. I mean, both of these players were in the open for a very long period of time, but Faisal hesitated for a moment, and that's where I think the opportunity got snatched away from his hands. So, King of Spades, they have that information, but then 3X, they just respect the fact that King of Spades is here as a team, and they just use the vehicle, fall back, and maybe will regroup with their opponent or with their own teammates, and then move inside the circle.
But now, with this you know, exit coming from the side of 3X, King of Spade, they just tried to push them even further. They were like, yeah, for sure, wouldn't let any, you know, back plans from the side of 3X to stay inside cow. That was a good move from the side of KS. A re-clearance was much needed, and that's what KS did right there. But looks like the match, you know, the much needed aggression that we were just looking for, it's done and dusted, guys, for first few phases, and it will be just players roaming around these rainforest for some time. Russ, 3 of the teams got eliminated, 50 players still in the server, and IHC have repositioned themselves on a lucky spot where they eliminated HR and HIGHVOLTAGE DC yesterday, if you remember. That's a nice place where they can eye around and can also control their surroundings. Good work coming from the side of IHC, really positioning themselves early on a good spot.
Yeah, well, let's see. IHC, I mean, they are already making their presence felt to the players of Team NB. The shots being thrown in, Godless again and again poking on those angles. Now, let's see if NB retaliate back in kind. Are they able to get some knocks on the basis of that information that they gathered? But then again, yeah, this is only stage number 1, and we've already seen 3 teams being eliminated. So things will be quiet for a little bit now. I think till the zone number 3 starts closing in, before that, fight should not happen. But if you use vehicles, then you're just inviting trouble. And is this a new player, SN? Because I think it's Falak with a different name, maybe?
Yeah,
Try
looks
NDA
like it's
Trinda.
Trinda, yes. Trinda. That's
I mean,
a
I
good
don't
joke,
know
I
the
must say.
pronunciation.
Yeah, Trinda is he is the brother of Usum. So Aegon Excited, their pioneer, or I would say their coach is Trinda. So for sure, Falak is just joining in from his ID, or who knows? Maybe it's Trinda. Who knows? Maybe there are chances, but IQ
They're
really
doing a good
playing
job.
great work, and now they have confirmed one elimination on the players of NBeSports, and NBeSports have another player down as well. At the same time, STE is trying to make their way in from the from the southern side, and they confirm Akazo. So NBeSports, they have nothing much left, but at the same time, I see third parties from the back. Nice work. That's what I want to see in Sanhok.
Yeah, well, that's what you'll get. I mean, Stalwart Esports a little bit too complacent, did not check the perfect angle on right time, and they will be punished for it. Aegon XIA, though, once again just running back towards boot camp. And bear in mind, Stalwart Esports, this is a drop location, and Uzum is so unaware. He was so greedy and wanted to get that airdrop. Yes, I mean, the support will arrive on time. Maybe you also get the revival throwing out the smokes. But why so greedy, my man? Why so greedy?
Yeah, for sure. He thought there will be no one inside the, circle, so he can actually
Oh, cool skin.
get some, stuff for himself. Some level 3 gear, but nice skin on the motorbike. For sure. Haven't seen anything like that before. But Mabetex going against DRS. Dessert is done early on. Even though the full course is not served yet. Mabetex. Wally still surviving. Dessert on the back lines. Gets revived. So we have Dessert left. We'll see. But DRS is getting third party as well. Team Tough is on the back lines as well. Team Tough's players throwing some nade. Nice work. Rules OG is knocked out, and we'll go for a confirmation. Edgar also getting a lot of chip damage, down to half HP. But Tough is also getting peppered down. They got an 8 to them as well. But what just happened? Gyante from a close run over. And Thor was totally oblivious of this fact that his player is being run over this close. But Thor, what is going on, brother? What are you trying to do? The last man standing of Tough. This could be a possible end to the players of Tough. And it's a 1 versus 2 where final player will get flushed out. Delta confirming the kill. And Team Tough is out with only 2 elimination to their name. What was that, Tough? What was that? Thor just totally, not paying attention to his surrounding. And now DRS will get eliminated as well. It's the last one standing, Delta, and Mabetex is here for a third party.
I mean, talk about ways to die in PUBG Mobile. Vehicle would never come as an option in your mind. You'd like a grenade, maybe falling off a vehicle. Run over. How many? 3. Gyante ran over 3 players. Who says we need weapons? You just need a vehicle to run people over and get your frags.
Yeah,
that's another way.
Yep.
And better driving skills. I mean, that's just
better driving.
That's just awesome. Yeah, of course. Otherwise, we would have been there playing out as in. Come on. But yeah, man. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy how DRS just ran into the fight. One of their players gets knocked out with a nade, got instantly eliminated. A 4v3. Gyante is like, yeah, let me show you how it's done. And gets 3 knocks. The confirmation is also there for his team. And what a great job, man! What just a great job done by DRS. I mean, yes, they still get eliminated, but they did give us great content nonetheless.
They did. Tough still be thinking, in the lobby, what just happened to them? That this was the least expected thing. They took 2 of the players down early on. The grenade utility usage was pretty on point, but still. DRS, the only mistake they made in that fight was not resing up their players on time, and that's the reason why they were left with nothing when Magnus Esports really pushed forward on them. But at the same time, it's an end to both of these teams. Even I would say, the nice fight that DRS took, couldn't enjoy that moment for long and got flushed out right away. But I see they're preparing something for the guys of 3X. As 3X, they have stepped out in the open. Ozepa getting knocked out. Some patience really paying dividend to the players of IHC. And now Demo have one more frag, and this really put rest of the 3x on a halt. And now 3x will choose another, side of the map to rotate from.
Oh, well, all right. That's a really big rotation that the players of Team SR3X is going for. Hopefully they are able to get there in time, because again, as soon as the zone closes in, the fourth zone does a great bit of damage. So you better be inside the zone as quickly as possible, and yeah, they will be able to enter in it. I'd like to see the mini map for once. I'd like to see where the zone is ending, because that will define the play area for a lot of these teams, and I just want some more fights, if that's okay with all these teams. I mean, Mabetex Desert this time around will be able to get that airdrop loot. Probably level 3 gear is what he'll find. But yeah, talking about fight, King of Spades already firing some shots onto the players of Team 7th Element, and Alian is already down on the ground.
Alian is down. At the same time, some more aggressive pushes coming from the side of Mabetex. At the same time, Mabetex getting one of their players eliminated by the side of IHC. This time around, Mabetex is just left with 3 man standing. Let's see what Mabetex have in the chamber for IHC. If there will be any plays coming from their side. 4 versus 3 it is. A third party happening. Some damage being dealt. Zero with nice spray. Takes down one. Gives a lot of damage to the other one. And this will give some more courage to the players of Mabetex to actually push forward and make their way toward this fight. Some more utility being done. An overcooked nade coming from the side of Wally. Not giving a lot of damage. A quick revival. But Leo takes down Godless. Nice angles being created by these guys. But Godless have some cover on the backlines. Wally have to be careful. If he's not careful of his surroundings, Demo will, pick him. There you go, Mabetex. Wally taking 1, taking 2 down, and this could be an end to the final player. And now Demo have gave out his position. 1v1 between both of these players. Back and forth is happening, and still Wally with the utility, trying to finish things off. Right on the face. Wally gets confirmed, and a third party couldn't happen on time, and now Mabetex have confirmed these elimination points for themselves. Total of 6 eliminations now to Mabetex Fritz. This is a heck of a match going for these guys.
Oh yeah, that's sure. Mabetex, the way this team has played, maybe that's great. Especially if Wally pulling out that clutch was immense, was just beautiful. Again, this is the time for prediction. Let me go ahead and take I8 this time, because I think they are in the city of bootcamp, no fights at all. Probably it's a very similar zone to the previous few Sanhoks. I hope so this time around they do not fumble the game away.
Yeah, they're not gonna do so. Looks like they're pretty well set for this match, but I'll put my money on the players of 52 Esports, as they already lost one of their players. None of their players is lost for sure. Yeah, I just checked it on my side, but we'll see if this will be a correct, prediction. If this fight happens between both of these guys, for sure, my money is on Aegon XI8. But 52 can actually turn things around. The way they take those fights are really, annoying sometimes for the opposition. But good nade coming from the side of Fazel, takes down Divine. 7th Element losing one more player in the process. At the same time, KS Fazel really focused toward the boot camp as well, because this could be their next pit stop where KS would like to get some cover for themselves. Right now, the 3 warehouses where KS could have, moved in early is now under control of 7th Element, so KS have to find somewhere else to go.
Alright, well, King of Spades is slamming into this compound over here. Alright, well, Faisal,
nice
very interesting push over here. Just instantly eliminated. Naruto gets the same result, and XOXOX, the late joiner. But I think he will also be taken down. That's a clean wipe by the players of Team 52 Esports. Well handled. A little bit of help from the... Oh, sorry, not help. A little bit of a third party by the players of Team Stalwart Esports. But the way that they are just able to, get that reset, 52 Esports, they should be all well and good.
They should be, and now 52 Esports getting some damage from this far. This is really annoying for them. Stalwart Esports was already giving them a lot of headache, and now R3G want to join in as well. But at the same time, Trinda takes down Hassan. Maybe the guy was poking his face out of the window, and Trinda just gave him that quick understanding of the real world. You cannot do that. Now look at this. Zen, this, threading that needle from this far. Looks like SRX3X, after losing one more player, will be in quick fights. But HIGHVOLTAGE going against 7th Element. GokuBot gets knocked out. 7th Element down to their last man standing. It's T24OP, the survivor expert. But for how long he will survive, that's the big question. Because Circle is about to move from the 3 warehouses of bootcamp, and now Circle have moved totally toward the players of Stalwart Esports top, who is the solo survivor right in the dead center.
Yeah, now with Zed who is trying to push in, Mondo should be able to get that help of the blue a little bit. And Mondo has also been reduced to very little HP, so he needs to be careful. He's stepping out. What? Could have been a crazy decision, but that IA used him from very far away. Will secure that frag. So he got XI8, 7th frag secured. They're looking strong, although they still at the mercy of the zone. So if the zone goes out of control, if the zone goes out of this particular compound, that is when I think Aegon XI8 will face a little bit of trouble. But other than that, yeah, they're looking strong right now.
Yeah, they are looking strong, but right inside the bootcamp, that's the big problem. Circle has already shifted from bootcamp, and it's time to step out in the open, and that's where the real deal will come toward the players of Aegon XI8. They just want to punish the players of 52 Esports as they will try to make their way in. And any mistake from the side of 52 will be punished hard. Right now, STE's top, the solo survivor, is right in the dead center on a very vital compound, which might be T2K or Aegon XI8. We'll try to grab from him in a moment of time, but on the 6th spot, 7th Element goes out for the lobby, and now we are left with top 5 team. All of these teams have some good man advantage. Aegon XI8 and 52 Esports with 4 man of them standing. But STE top, this guy can really play a crucial role, really messing up chicken dinners either for 52 Esports or Aegon XI8, and could possibly make things difficult for the players of Mabetex as well, as they have shown themselves on the horizon. 52 Esports, now one of their players is inside the circle, and circle totally shifts toward the boot camp. This is something Aegon XI8 was least expecting, and now Aegon have the clear cut advantage. Now 52 Esports Shotu have a good position. He can take down Volley. Rest of the Mabetex have no idea where exactly the player where he is, but one nade can actually change things around. This nade will take down Leo. Noki from the far away takes the players down, and R3G want to step in as well. Third party happening. Team R3G Roshan really pinned down one of the players. R3G wanted to make their way in, and now third party happening from the side of 52 Esports. Chotu as well. Jiro low on HP. One more nade. Can mark then end to the players of Team Mabetex. Nade is prepared. Chotu will deliver this, but he gets knocked out also from the nade of Volley, and will get confirmed. 52 Esports really made this mistake. This was the least thing that they could have done, but at the same time, R3G want to join in. Mabetex Volley still surviving, but not anymore. He gets confirmed. 52 Esports is still with 3 men up, but Circle is far away from them, Fritz.
Yeah, the Circle will be a big trouble. But on the other hand, Reggie's side, I mean, yes, they've been able to get inside the zone, but it's only Vaz who has been able to make it inside. Not even inside, he's still outside the zone. So he will just try to survive. Hassan, he also gets taken down. Aegon XI8. Looks like that they have another chicken in their bag. Should be a fairly simple game now, because all of these teams will attempt to get in. Jallad also just jumps out of the vehicle. Trina with a great knock, and Salman also gets the job done. Easy job for the players of Team Aegon XI8. The last remaining player needs to pull out a 1v4 and converts it into a 1v3. See, this still it is not completely out of the realm of possibility for Toms. It is difficult, yes, but never mind. The zone is not in his favor. Now it's done. If Aegon XI8 is patient enough, they will get my second prediction correct.
Yeah, for sure the counter is going to move, but Stalwart Esports, last one standing, is always top. It's always top whenever Aegon XI8 gets the chicken dinner. And now Aegon being pushed, and Stalwart Esports top, confirming the elimination, but before you could confirm that kill, Playzone got him all of his, trousers down for sure. STE top couldn't finish the kill, but did a great job putting his team on the second spot. HIGHVOLTAGE with this 20 points will move up in the ranking and will get placed on the 6th overall rank. 1524 damage, 10 eliminations. A good match coming from these lads.
Yeah, I mean, HIGHVOLTAGE, they played it out perfectly and with total 20 points. A great game for the side of HIGHVOLTAGE.
Welcome back, guys, after this 10-second break. That was pretty much short, I must say. But PMPL South Asia Championship day number 2 for League is over, and HIGHVOLTAGE marking an end to the day with a chicken dinner for themselves. A big GG's, I must say, for HIGHVOLTAGE. They held on to their composure, and they got rewarded for that. But Stalwart Esports top. This guy is something else. Every time, whenever HIGHVOLTAGE gets a chicken dinner, this guy is there in their way, and also gets flushed out. For sure, yeah. But MVP for the 3rd time, High Voltage TC Sancheer. 7 eliminations once again. What is this guy even eating for breakfast? I'm just curious.
HVDC, if they do not get into the top 2, top 3 positions, they anyways will be able to because of the eliminations that they have. That's just insurance policy. Like Sancheer is their insurance policy. Zone not in our favor, Sancheer, go kill. Get us frags. That's your job now. And he has been answering in the perfect sense, and that's a really great thing achieved by the players of Team HVDC, I say. But yeah, the other players who did make an impact in the game: Tops, Volley, Blade, IQ, Noki from Reggie's side survive for a really long period of time. But yeah, the other team, Stalwart Esports, they attempted to make a good run at it, but then just one player surviving, it was not the best possible thing for the players of Team Stalwart Esports.
For sure, he managed to survive for that long. 3 eliminations, 800 plus damage. So really did a great job. But total of 7 eliminations and 6 placement points made it a good match for Stalwart Esports. 13 points to them. Mabetex with 11, 52 with 11. Good points for 52 Esports as well. And R3G with 8 points. Unfortunate they stepped into that fight of 52 Esports and R3G on a wrong time, I must say, where 52 was already just planning something for Mabetex, and R3G stepped in as a surprise, and they got surprised in return, got eliminated in the process. But again, we'll have a quick look at the overall ranking, guys. We'll see what we have at the end of the day so far. After 8 matches for each team, DRS still on the top positions. T2K couldn't even make it any close, and now it's almost 16 points, 15 points lead for Team DRS against T2K. For Miracle Vibes, they have closed in pretty much, and they are standing on the 3rd spot with 64. High Voltage DC with a consistent performance and good frags are on 4th spot with 63 points. Leo with 60, and HIGHVOLTAGE really joining the ranks with a chicken dinner, and jump from 11th spot to 6th with 59 total points. Things are getting close now. After 8 matches, if your average is 10 points per match, it's really posing a great threat to the rest of the lobby, for sure.
Yeah, that's a really interesting outlook over here for all these teams, especially HIGHVOLTAGE with his final chicken. They've jumped up quite a bit. Now, if we look at the other teams, NBeSports not expected to be a Stalwart Esports, 47 points. Now, these are the teams which I hope to see in the first chat. Even SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. Now, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming in the regular season, Ehsan, let me tell you, this was the team on the 2nd spot. Had around 500 points after the entire season. But the grand finals did not go in their way, and I think the same thing has repeated in the SAC as well for SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. Not the best possible showing, only 22 points from 8 games.
Yeah, only 22 points so far. Not a good start for SKYLIGHTZ. And as SKYLIGHTZ, I was personally thinking during the PMPL South Asia that SKYLIGHTZ Gaming might have a chance to end up being in PMGC for the 2nd time. But with this kind of performance, we are still unsure. But elimination leaders, some changes, light changes happen. Malik still on the first position, but Sanjeev really joining him pretty close, 18 points. Godless still there on the third spot, but some more eliminations, 17 total. Zibian with 16. He's really enjoying himself for sure. Great work from Magnus Esports once again on day 2 as well. Day summary: DRS starting off with the chicken dinner, 4 miracle vibes with another one in the second match. T2K just taking their fair share of chicken dinners for each day. The second one, high voltage with good one in Erangel and Aegon Excite just marking an end to our day with a chicken dinner in Sanhok. So that's been the story of the day, guys, and matches are pretty much over. And for sure, we are really looking forward to the top 16 that will eventually qualify for the finals. Right now, things are getting a little tricky for teams like HellRaisers. 16 total points so far in 8 matches. Then for SRX3X, 20 points in just 8 matches. So a lot of, I would say, changing needs to happen in the strategies in their plays so they can actually eventually make it to the top 16.
Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, getting into top 16 should be the priority for most of these teams, because I don't think so the points will be carried in the grand final. So the grand final will be a completely new slate. So at that time, you can maybe hope for a comeback. You can maybe try a few different things, but then getting into the top 16 should be the priority. Till now, again, DRS has been consistent throughout. I mean, I thought yesterday would be one of those days where DRS were looking super good. They got 2 chickens, but today they will essentially fizzle out. But then they also added another chicken at the very beginning of the day, and they were able to, just get some good frags added to it. So essentially, they attempted it. They were essentially consistent enough, and well, we'll have to see how do they continue in the upcoming days. So that was it for today, guys. I hope so you did enjoy. We will meet you tomorrow at the same time, so do not forget to tune in till then. But that was it for today. Take care. Bye. Take care, guys. Bye bye.
My friends, the guys over at PUBG Mobile challenged me to turn my guitar into an insane looking futuristic rifle. More specifically, the Dandy Grooster Set Cadence Maestro M24 upgradable firearm. Okay, that's very specific, since that challenge sounds like the usual madness we're doing here on the channel. I accept this challenge.
But how do you want to do that?
I can't do it alone, so I got the world's leading light design, special effect and show designer and my favorite tattoo artist in the entire world to help with the design and manufacturing of this insane looking laser rifle gun, and then to play some crazy super challenging shred licks over a funk track. Painted, that's probably a good idea. I think all real guitar builders will cringe hard at this video. I don't think that this is how you usually do it. Okay, so now we have a black guitar, but we have to add a lot of rifle elements to it. How are we going to do that?
The back part of the guitar is very detailed. So my idea was project the actual guitar on this piece of wood, draw it, and then we cut it out. You don't have to hold it like a baby. We have all these parts here, and this looks pretty much like the original gun already, right?
Yeah. We have to closely replicate the color scheme and all the super intricate details of this design. We got some acrylic colors that look quite promising, but what's even more important, she will hopefully help me with not screwing this up now that this is already starting to look promising. So let's do this. We will use the projector above us to trace the lines of all the details. Have fun. We simply used some black zip ties and it's actually surprisingly balanced. Look at this awesome set that Martin built, and the LED wall behind me isn't even on yet. But honestly, the last question of tonight, can I actually shred on this thing? Let's find out.
Nick, so now that is Erangel.